I'm in the Abbey Plaza, but I can't. Yeah.
You can't see it? What do you mean?
I'm in the Abbey Plaza, but I can't see everything.
Okay, let me
You
delete.
cannot. Still resource finished. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Let me remove this stuff and then put you back in.
طب الصيدلة ما قدموش عليها؟ طب متضايق هو؟
Is that everybody?
خلاص هيبقى في الوقت. That nigga not making me out of good. Yo, hello guys.
Yo.
Hello. Abdulmalik, did you see the fucking unis here? Abdulmalik, you thought my year was hard? Like to enter medicine and shit like that? Guess Abdulmalik, how is it this year? Literally, all unis, including the ones not in the main cities, are 100%. Medicine, dentistry, yeah, 100%. Medicine, dentistry, and physical therapy is 99.7%, and pharmacy is like 99.5, something like that.
So
And
dumb.
I didn't even come close to that, like total estimate. Like for you to do that, you have to get A star in A level and 8 A stars in all levels.
8.
Yeah. And if you get 1A, خلاص, your dream is completely destroyed.
Damn,
You have to have A plus?
they really want to reduce the population of fucking med students. Bro, you don't need to be that. You don't need to be that smart. I swear there are some dumb fucks in my university that are becoming doctors. Absolute dumb fucks.
Crazy.
Anyway, can we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, since we took a week off, I'm going to go into a more like in-depth refresher. Okay. Where we last left off the Casa Hizir, you were all within the Abbey Plaza of the town of Mycen. You went to Mycen by following the tracks of a cultist, who you discovered later was Zenetian in Orden, who worshipped the chaos god of sorcery, Zenesh. And you followed his tracks because he murdered Boris, a member of the Order of Everlasting Flame, and a friend to Zoltan. When you followed his tracks, you reached the town of Mycen, and you discovered the town was in an extremely decrepit and like rotten, corrupted state. The villagers complained of the fish dying in the river Sol. They also complained of fresh milk curdling instantly. They complained of plants dying just as they germinate, and the sky covered in a lifeless gathering of dark, melancholy clouds. Eventually, the witch hunt continued as Albric reached the village and formed a mob of peasants with fire and pitchfork. Albric went around the village using the various tools of his clergy to fish out cultists, the exact method of the tools only known to him. But the people believed in him without a doubt, for he was extremely charismatic. The witch hunter eventually fished out Kana, a young and beautiful barmaid that served the heroes the best ale they've ever tasted. Bugman's Brew. Eventually, like when Albric caught her, many people cried out to her, but were eventually convinced and silenced, except the innkeep. Upon further questioning, Albric told the party that he came here intentionally, because he was hunting members of a family of cultists, infamously named the Black Hearts. He explained that only 2 members of that family survived. A hunt conducted by the Order of Witch Hunters, a young boy and a young girl. Albric explained that she was the same girl nearly two decades ago, and he explained that her brother must be close by in the vicinity, because they never separate. Albric then outwards declared that she will be burnt in a few days to draw out the boy. Eventually, gathering in the Abbey Plaza, Albric set fire to the pyre, but not before a strong wind of terrifying power blew it out as a silver-haired mage flew in the sky. Portals from the realms beyond comprehension opened as terrifying monsters came in, and a massive hulking mass of men riding a flying nightmare wielding a dark chaos lance and shield. Eventually, the heroes fought the enemies and won, but not before several homes were lit in a raging fire, and several families were butchered in their own homes. The only family that was spared was because Aenmar took a proactive action. One of the only families that was spared was because Aenmar took a proactive action to save the family and taught the chaotically mutated troll away from the home. And that is where we pick off. The remnants of Mysan recovering after a horrible and harrowing experience at the hands of the cultists of Xenesh, the dark avian god of sorcery and evolution. So, you guys are in the middle of the town, and you see the light of the sun was covered by sorrowful dark clouds. Freezing rain begins to fall as small streams of rainwater begin to wash out the pools of mutant blood, chunks of flesh, and multicolored feathers that litter the town centers. Many of the thatched roof houses were set ablaze during the chaos of the struggle. The raging inferno consuming the homes like a bundle of kindling, its heat radiating in waves that brightens your faces in the dark. The sight reminds you of the shoddiness of human crafting, umgi work in Kazalid. But then that thought is dismissed due to the horror that you witnessed. Eventually, as the rain gets stronger, and with the help of the villagers, the fires are quelled. Is there anything you guys want to do right now?
The fires have been quelled, huh?
They're being quelled at the moment with the help of the rain and the villagers.
I want to walk to Albrecht and tell him we should track her down and get her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And basically tell him I don't think she was like evil or she did anything. I think it was all her brother all along, and we took care of him. I think.
You see Albrecht, right? And he's sort of like gazing towards the sky, where the Xenesh mutant, you remember that weird flying creature? Yeah. He's gazing at that direction, where it carried Kana and the cold body of Malthus. He sort of like sheathes his rapiers and his pistols, and he looks at you all, okay? And basically says, "One lives," and he presses his hat firmly onto his head. He turns to you, Zoltan, while replying. He says, Herr Durasklad and company, I thank you for helping me root out the evils that sought to corrupt this town. Unfortunately, my work is not yet done. He then turns to the village and says coldly, pointing at the burning buildings and the bodies and the corruption in the area. He says, "This village will recover, for they are the sons and daughters of Stigma." He turns to you all and says, "Before setting out on my quest, I fasted for 2 weeks and scourged my body with the purgatives and the lash atop the peaks of the Grey Mountains. There I was favored with a vision. My lord..." Nah.
After he says, they will recover, Ainmar waits for him to say anything else. But when he begins talking about vision, Ainmar basically raises his hand, basically stop.
He stops. Mathematic, you say?
Are you leaving?
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
He says, "I, dwarf, I am leaving to continue my mission."
Ainmar basically turns and looks at this horror. And he says, "Do you not take any responsibility for what you have done?"
This is not the action of me, this is not my action. This is because the cult of Xenesh still lurk in the dark recesses of the Empire.
Ainmar frowns this heavy set frown, and he says, "You've put a trap. You've made this village into a trap. And now, when the victims of this town are picking up the pieces, you leave?"
He looks to you with these inquisitive eyes and doesn't reply.
And it's just Ainmar looks back at him, and he basically he slumps his shield back, and he basically hangs his hammer into his belt, and he basically looks in the ruins for any survivors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you go, actually, he reaches into his traveling coat, and he brings out a metal chain, and attached to it is an iron hammer in the shape of Galmaraz, the weapon of Sigmar. He reaches his hand out to use Zoltan actually, and he says, after Ainmar leaves, in the Sigmarite Testament, in the unfinished book, in page 122, chapter 6, it describes a vow all Sigmarites must uphold, to never refuse aid to a dwarf. And then he hands you the amulet. He says, I see now more than ever before the wisdom in my lord's words. The dwarves will forever have my respect.
I thank you, but what is this? I ask.
As he hands to it, it's a holy symbol of Sigmar, basically.
Yeah, and what does it do? Like,
You can use that as a holy symbol.
It's practically a holy symbol. It's not a magical item per se.
yeah.
As he hands you the amulet, he takes his wide brimmed hat and gestures and salutes by placing it on his chest. And he gives one last cursory look around the town, and with a very cold look, places it once again on his head, and without uttering another word to any of the villagers or any of the victims, turns and walks away.
Wait,
Is the mayor?
wait. I ask him. Wait.
This is Aldrich.
I tell him. Wait, about the vision you were talking about.
Okay, you tell him what exactly?
Because he said there was a vision. He was blessed with a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, simply my lord appeared before me, and he looked with favor on my mission, to root out the evils that plague his children. And this was one of it. And he points at the chaos that overlooked the city, or the town.
I tell him I take this as a symbol of respect and friendship, like the amulet he gave me, and I wear it. And I tell him that like where is he going now? Like where is he?
I'll
heading?
most likely go to Reichland.
Where's
But
the
I'll
right one?
Reichland is the kingdom north to Usmanland. It's the one with
Okay.
it's the one with Altdorf. Basically, if Karazakarek is the capital of the dwarves, Altdorf is the capital of the empire.
Okay. Like after we check for like, is he gone now? Or, like, because
He's,
I wanna
he's
check
walking.
for
He's
the-
walking away at the moment.
Before he walks away, I want to ask him,
Yeah, sure.
what was the name? I forgot the name of the woman.
Of who?
The woman that we tried to
Kana.
save.
Kana.
Yeah.
Kana.
What of Kana?
What of Kana?
Yeah. Is he going to find her? Is that what he said?
Yeah. From what you gather, he says one remains.
So Aldorf is where he's going to find
Altdorf is where he's going at the moment. Not Altdorf. He's going to Reichland. Altdorf is the capital of Reichland.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys want to loot or anything?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I want an investigation check from you guys, and I want a perception
Make
check.
plays on
And I want a perception check from
Everyone?
Ainmar.
Perception from me.
Yeah.
I will the perception.
Start looking, Dahman.
Okay. Abdullah, you find something.
I find nothing.
I'll give you. If somebody helps you, I'll give you advantage.
Hey,
Somebody help me.
Logan's
I'll
gonna
help you.
You know what? Fuck.
Okay.
Logan,
Okay. We'll start with Magaforge because he rolled pretty high. Magaforge, while you were going around the bodies of the cultists, you search and remember that cultist that was with the had that sort of like horns, that mutated horns.
The muted horns.
The biggest cultist.
This one, the one.
The one that was
bottom?
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through his body and you find a letter. A letter in black, in like blackish, grayish parchment, and it's sealed.
Okay, I keep it to myself.
Okay, and it exudes magic.
Mm-hmm. This is from the horned cultists, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do I find?
That's the biggest thing you find. Everything else is just like the robes, battle axes from the warriors, shields, and armor.
The creature that was on a horse on the nightmare, did he disappear after we killed him?
I don't remember. As far as I remember, I think the nightmare flew off. Sorry.
No,
we
yeah,
killed-
the horse.
We killed everything except Kana.
We killed everything except the guy, that stupid dragon that carried Kana.
Okay, yes. So even on that, let me check that guy's character sheet.
I think the horse survived, but he carried the corpse of the knight.
We killed.
Oh yeah, he did carry the corpse.
He did carry
Yeah,
him?
but we did kill him. We killed him. We killed him.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but the horse.
but the nightmare flew away. I think.
No, we killed the nightmare.
No.
I remember.
I remember. There was no shot.
Oh, okay. On the chosen, you find a lance, a normal lance, a shield, and a set of broken up, busted plate armor.
Huh. Dude, he kicked our asses with no magic items.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
Uh,
how? Why?
Abdullah, once you grab the letter, you see a visible reaction from Rorik. Rorik, once he grabs the letter, you feel your rune, the rune on your shoulder, burn, and burn, and burn, and you feel sickened for a moment. And it's almost as if even if Magma Force did not intentionally show the letter, you look at him drawn to it.
Magma Forge holds a letter with like, you know, his head is pretty big, so normal letters would look really small. So he holds it in like, you know, like this, and then he looks over at Rorik and reads his reaction. And when he sees this this kind of reaction from Rorik, Magma Forge turns to turn his back on him.
Rorik sees that and he's kind of slightly confused, as if he knows something about it, and marches like quite quick pace towards him.
Okay.
Something you want to... Something in your hand over there? Magma Forge?
Magma Forge nods and says, if you'll give us a moment to look at it, maybe I'll let you know what it's inside.
So do you open the letter or what?
I would. He asks for privacy when he wants to open the letter, basically.
After thinking for a moment, Rorik subsides. He says, "Very well, but you will show me afterwards, right?"
Of course, we will show you.
Okay.
Magma Forge then goes to one of the burnt down homes.
Okay. I'll send you what it entails. Okay, on Discord.
Okay.
This is what it reads. Okay. While you're reading that, let me see. Okay, Inmar. From the same house that was attacked by the Chaos Troll, you hear a faint sound of struggling that is not heard by any of the villagers. Okay. What do you want?
I'm trying to move my character there, but it says the key, whatever Nulioff is, does not exist in something.
Yeah.
Trying to move.
Let me put your character again. Okay. How about this? Can you move it now?
Hold on. I'm still reloading the current view. The server. Like, what's all this technical problems in Foundry? It's becoming so bad these days.
I don't know, man. Okay, we'll just move your character there anyway. I'll just move it there. Okay. You hear the faint sounds of struggling inside the house.
I was helping him out, Benny.
Okay, you both go. Okay. And what do you do?
I look for the struggling, and I carry my axe with me. If it's like a soul,
It's clearly a survivor.
Okay.
just in case, dude.
Okay.
I didn't ready their action, just like it's around.
Alright. So as you step closer, you and Zoltan, you see the damage that was caused by the mutated monster, the troll. The entire front portion of the house is ruined. The roof segment is broken upwards when the troll entered. And you look inside the house and you see like wooden planks, thatch, and rain fill its interior. But as you step closer, you hear the sounds under a bunch of debris. And right next to the debris, sort of like over it, a body of an old lady that died in a protecting pose. As you move the debris, like the wood planks, the crying is now evident as you see a baby covered in wrapped goat furs. Upon seeing the child immediately stops crying. It's apparently a boy with tousled chestnut-colored hair and cerulean blue eyes piercing your soul. And judging from its age, it's around like 1 year-ish. It's a human boy.
I walk up and I carry it and check if it's
I'm
injured.
not bringing it. I'm the actual dad.
I'll give it to you, dude.
Okay, so you pick up the boy, and the boy is actually strangely calm after being picked up, of course.
And Anwar removes his gauntlets, so it's not like he's touching this. Basically, he removes the gauntlets and basically like sort of holds the beak.
Okay. So
I
as
don't know what I'm doing.
okay, so as you hold the baby and it like the child relaxes in your arms and stops crying, and after a few playful moments, actually the boy actually starts grabbing at your beard hairs.
Oh.
No, please, Haboudi.
Yeah.
It's just about the survivors. Were they like the people who were killed? Are they an entire family? Like, is the old lady his grandmother or something?
You could ask around.
Okay, yeah. It's just about Amar goes to like the villages up here. That guys are.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So while trying to search for the parents or any responsible person, you see the mayor. The older, disheveled man is helping out his people as best as he could, and as are like very few guards. As you go to him, you go to him and you find a moment where he is not completely focused on something.
Yeah. Okay, and he basically like has the child, like he's carrying him.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically goes to the mayor and says, "Yeah."
So he sees you come with the child, and the mayor looks at the boy and says, "That's the orphan of that Gunter family. His parents died, and the only one he had left was old Ubalda, his grandmother."
What's the name of the kid?
He's the orphan of that Gunter family. Okay. You ask for his name.
Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Leon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grand Gunter.
Helmet. The mayor continues. He says
We're gonna make him a sort of guy.
He's a great sort of guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mayor continues. He says, like he sees you, of course, carrying the child, and he says, "You have done so much for my people." He's an older man, master dwarves, his eyes sunken from fatigue. "If you need anything else, please just ask."
Inmar asks, and is this an orphan?
Yeah, it is an orphan. He told you before.
Yeah. I was just about like basically, I was just about who is that old lady? What's her name again?
Old Ubalda. She was his grandmother. He told you that.
She's still alive, right?
No, she was
Okay,
killed.
okay.
She was killed.
Abdul Malik,
Now,
we were going to Null, صح? To get the base for the soldiers.
Newell, yeah.
Okay, I want to ask him for horses for us to go to Null quick.
Oh yeah. By the way, Tara, I'll just bring this up with the rest of the guys here, and the soldiers, of course, still need a base, but I changed the pricing costs for the soldiers to make it closer to what the edition actually expects. It's
cheaper صح.
yeah, شو اسمه هذا علشان like I found in one source and mercenaries are paid 2 silver a day, not 2 gold a day. I was like, it's like difference of times 10. Yeah.
Technically, we're already paid for
You paid for 1 day. You paid for like 1 day.
No, we paid for 2 days, a
2
shit ton
days.
of gold.
Yeah, but like that was the old price, like 2 gold per soldier. So we paid for 10 days.
You could ask them, give me back money.
no. We technically paid them for 10 days.
Yeah, صح.
Yeah.
We paid.
Yeah,
We just went on it.
Yeah. Okay. Zoltan, when you want to go for a horse or something quick, he says if you want to go quick, the Empire's rivers are its lifeblood. If you're looking for a boat, you won't find them here, for now at least. To the south, and he points southwards, there's a small port town, Wittenhausen, less than a day away.
Yeah, like this place, but they still won't. Nobody will ferry from here, so.
If you remember last session, like no boats docked here at all.
Yeah, for a very good reason. Turned out.
Yeah.
Wait,
Sure.
I forgot from last time. Did Zoltan's hand thingy like the back?
Zoltan, yeah, they spelled it. Yeah, it was spelled.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Abdul, did you read the message that I sent you?
Yeah, I was just waiting for Rahman to finish this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Magma Forge comes out of the ruined home, and he has a inquisitive look on his face, and he
What phase?
You- what face not phase.
Yeah, what phase? Bro?
Zach's
first
talking.
of
It's talking.
Yeah, and he looks towards Rorik, and signals for him to follow him.
You're muted, Yusuf. Yeah.
Rorik, growing from impatience while holding his shoulder, gets up from his sitting position and follows Magmaforge.
Okay. Magmaforge then goes to the rest of the group. Or at least if they're all each doing their own thing, to the group with the most members in it. And says this. Now, judging by what we found, we now know their true objective. It starts with this, and says Kana wasn't Kana wasn't sent here for her brother. He starts saying this. It's her brother that the chaos wants. And then he continues and says, "How far are you willing to go against Zenich?" He asks the group.
Off character.
I mean-
Who's Zenich again?
Zinech is the chaos god of sorcery. He's the guy he's the god of these cultists. And out of character, Yusuf. Basically, he's the cultist the cultist that attacked your thing, your backstory, basically.
Okay. I personally have this.
You're liking it, man. Gorgon. Oh, it's really
Taman.
light. Yeah, Taman's light. It's fine.
I'll just say it again for him. Basically,
You crashed.
wait for him to
While that's happening, Rorik, you want to say anything?
Rorik puts on a surprised face and he asks, in a cold, not cold, like in a unpleasant tone. What are the contents of that letter?
He says, Magma Forge, Magma Forge says, you haven't answered the question. How far are you willing to go against Zenech in your quest to save Null and its people? Basically,
Okay,
what Magma Forge says.
I didn't hear it.
I'll say it again for you. Basically, Magma Forge. Good take.
لا I lagged a little bit. Anyway, you were saying how far are you willing to go against Zenith to save Null, right?
Ewa. And before that he said their objective isn't Kana but her brother.
Okay. It's just in the meantime, while those guys were discussing about the letter, Ainmar was looking for a bottle of milk عشان the kid. طيب.
Yeah.
He comes back with the milk with the kid basically slumped over his arm in one hand and the actual milk.
Yeah.
He sees and he hears Sky saying, "How far are you willing to go against Zenech?" Ainmar says, "Well, frankly, laddie, not very far. We've just Ainmar basically points with the milk bottle to the west, and he says, "It's just that the."
Yep, lag again.
It's just that the army of the dispossessed people of Karaknor outbreak is definitely fighting, and he says.
Okay, we get the general idea.
And you and
Oh my god.
Man, you're lagging really, really, really badly.
Good haircut, Yusuf, brother. And Abdelmalik.
You know what's up?
Abdelmalik, basically, when Zoltan hears this, he tells Scally or Magma Forge. He tells him that basically we have our own problems. Right now, the soldiers of Karaknor need a place. The humans did not come to our aid. Like in Karaknor when it has fallen, and we need to help ourselves first before helping others.
Harp chimes in on that, saying, "Well, we're looking for a fort given to us by men. We could give this letter to them, give them valuable information, maybe even help them. And with that agreement, get a fort for us. We need a fort.
Yeah,
for our soldiers.
Well, that's the plan. What we already talked about.
Yeah, well, this could be a key thing in getting the fort, right? Like if it can save Null.
We go there and see what he's asking for. We'll see there what he needs. We're now assuming things.
We could use
basically, Zakayo, Zoltan is saying, basically we could help them from a distance and say, we have our own problems first to handle, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. What does Harak say?
I'm saying we need a fort.
Also, what's in the letter?
Magma Forge nods at your opinions and then says, "Well, that's the problem. That's how they want to. That's how they want us to think. They want to drive us into our keeps, so we are separated from the humans." He says that, and then continues and says,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
"Yeah, I can hear you." And then continues and says,
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
"Yeah, we can hear you."
Okay. It's just so Ainmar, basically what Ainmar says enough. We have our own massive problems. We'd love to help the humans, but it seems that they're doing a very good job bundling like bungling everything on their own. And
Yeah, I honestly wanna
I think
stay in
that's
this
what Dalton
competition.
said, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Dalton said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Inmar basically nods and he says, شو اسمه هذا إن this is my position إن شو اسمه هذا إن I intend whatever the accent is like. I intend to go to Nuln and petition the elector count, the human elector count. But you must know that there is a limit to the aid that I can give, and it is limited by my capabilities. I am a king. I am a landless prince.
Yeah, that was a good line. Magma Forge, yeah, Logan isn't here. Magma Forge takes your opinions into consideration and says, well, that's the problem. This is how Zenat wants you to think. To stay safe and not get involved. And then says, he basically touches the letter like as if he's pointing out a few words and says the cultists, and then he turns to Zoltan, the ones that killed your friend, want us to be out of the conflict. They want us to be separated from the humans. And then says,
I already avenged my friend. I already concluded my grudge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so that's true. You settled your grudge. You
Yeah.
get inspiration for that.
yeah, and so Magma Forge says, if everyone, if no one wants to solve their problems, they would, the cultists would first want to have the mage. What was his name? The mage that came and rescued Kana.
Malifos.
Malifos. Yeah. They
What's
want
in
to.
the letter, Magma Forge?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
what's in this letter of yours?
Can you reveal it already? You've been stalling.
Yeah, fine. Magma Forge hands it to the first person who asks.
Yeah, that's Zoltan.
I hand it over to Rorik since he's been waiting.
Okay,
Oh,
Yusuf,
yeah.
I'll send it to you on DM. You can read it out loud if you want to, or you can keep it private.
Okay.
Then basically says just no, and my decision to limit my aid to the humans is not out of a desire of safety. I have a primary foe, and that is Badrock. He may not be a chaos god, like Einmar says in mockery. He may not be a chaos god, but you have seen firsthand what he killed. And this is my ancestral home. I'm not going to fight for the humans if I have to fight for my home first.
Zoltan nods. In agreement.
That is a pretty good point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like just like in character, makes sense. And Einmar's trying to reserve most of his power for fighting Badrock. Is if he's going to fight what's his name? If he's going to fight Malifos and he loses soldiers or manpower or money, that just gives the orcs more time to ravage everything else in the Grey Mountains and kill any hiding survivors that may be still fighting. And that's going to be he's going to be betraying his people by doing that.
I'm gonna ask Magma Forge, is what's in this letter? Is it relevant for the people?
He says, Magma Forge says it should be valuable to them. And says it in a way that he's not entirely sure of how it's going to be useful to them.
I asked Rorik, are you done reading? And I want to read it too, like the letter.
We can just read it out loud, Hans, and everyone can listen.
Yeah, I'll read it out loud then.
Okay.
The brothers, you might want to hear this. Volkart, great brother in darkness, do not fool yourself in believing winter's end is the ultimate aim. The stunted fools of the north are a persistent obstacle, but not the true goal. The dwarves, ever allies of men, must be driven deep into their holds, for without their alliance, they are nothing but specks in the vast ocean of possible futures. The changer of ways is ever watchful and ever cunning. However, With the dwarves cowering in their holes, they are doomed to rot in their stone halls. With the humans fractured and infiltrated, the spirit of man breaks. The times of ruin are upon us. The end times approach, and the ruinous powers shall unite, granting their favor to the ever-chosen, the doom of the world. Find the prodigal son, he of black heart and white hair. He shall be the one who completes the 10, the mage who completes the magi. And under your watchful gaze,
Wait, continue.
Zoltan writes all of this down, just saying. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
and
go-
under your
yeah,
watchful
go.
gaze, he shall bring change from the ruins of the empire to the cursed isle of Ultuan.
Ulthuan, yeah.
We all have one role to play in this world. Know yours, and know his, and the world shall be ours to break. And then Roderick looks up and towards his party.
Didn't we already technically solve this problem? Didn't we kill Malphus, the mage? He's dead.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know, well, so it's true that he's dead, but we think he's dead, but if we don't have the corpse, we won't know if he has some kind of ability to come back.
Ooh, that's right, that's true.
We've only, like, out of character, we only saw him, like, fall, and it's not guaranteed and he's dead.
Ooh,
Yeah, he may still even succeed on the saving throw. We like.
No, I confirm.
I posted on chat for anybody who wants to continue reading it.
alright. Medic,
What's up?
Havoc immediately goes to the place where he fought Malphus.
Yeah?
Right? And I want to try to find a piece of his, like, maybe blood, piece of his body or something. Okay.
Okay, roll investigation check.
I need help. I'm gonna say that to the party. Yeah.
Okay. You start searching through. You find blood and you find mutated flesh and shit. You can't discern which one is whose though. Because blood litters the floor and there's mud and rain. It's really hard.
That's true.
But do I have like at least a general idea that one of these must be Malphus?
I would say no, because it's really, really hard. It's nearly impossible.
Are you trying to cast a spell or something?
I want to basically get blood parts like we can locate person. Is that a spell? Isn't it?
Locate person?
We need to.
I think
Yeah.
that's one within 1,000 feet, I believe. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I think he's too far.
Still, like if we get into a general area, it would. Alright, I give up.
Okay.
Can we move on, guys? Yellow.
I say, yeah, like this doesn't really seem like something we should get into with. We have bigger priorities right now.
Inmar looks troubled at the fact that they're saying that the dwarves are basically going to hide in their tombs. What's it called? Their stone tombs.
I believe it's in their stone halls. Basically.
Yeah,
they-
and that like just Inmar frowns at this, and then he spits, and I've never hidden, and I've traveled more than any dwarven prince ought to. And then he takes a step back, and then he says, "Kid," and then like hold on, let me put it all together.
Okay.
Yeah, and he says, "I will fully put I will fully aid the humans, but when I have my land back, not before."
By the way, while you're reading this work, of course you're touching the fabric, okay? And you start reading Winter's End, and you start getting flashbacks. And in a flash, when you read Winter's End, it flashes to you Winter's End, and you see it. You see basically the large domed walls of like dwarven architecture of white stone. And you see the almost marble, iridescent marble that glitters across the floor. And in the middle of this chamber, you see, and you remember it now, Winter's End, the Anvil of Doom that your order protected. And you see lying over the Anvil of Doom, a smaller hammer. And once you see that hammer, it also shocks you again. And you remember it's called the Solstice. The Solstice and the Solstice and Winter's End. While you're getting this flashback, everybody else notices that Rorik falls down to his knees, stunned, and basically almost on the verge of puking.
Amor goes to carry him, but he's burdened with the baby.
Are you
I'll
good?
carry him.
Yeah.
I'll carry him and say, "Are you good?"
What happened?
Uruk looks phased. And while, like, breathing heavy, he's like, I remember. But, why now? Why this? As he continues to puke.
What do you remember?
The solstice.
The what now?
The solstice.
Is that term familiar for me? Is that
The Solstice.
Is it familiar to me?
I would say roll intelligence checks. I would give Amar advantage because he has related to it. He's related to it in some way.
Okay.
So close.
Okay.
I got
Amar.
14.
Yeah. When you hear the Solstice and Winter's End, you're like, I've been there before, and you have. You went north before to Karakadrak, the Dragon Hold in Kazalit, and you competed in the competition, in a runesmithing competition in the north. And you remember that place, Karakadrak, holds an Anvil of Doom named the Winter's End, and it's hammered.
active?
And it's hammered the Solstice. As far as you remember, yes, it was active. It was one of the very few Anvils of Doom that were actually awake.
Okay, just about that. Amar mentions this in just about the Winter's End and the Solstice. These are Karakadrak's artifacts. And
Yeah.
then just about that. And then Amar turns to him and he says, "Has Karakadrak fallen?
You don't know.
Because news probably doesn't travel very well."
Nope, it doesn't travel at all.
I ask when we ask Rorik.
Yeah, has Karakadrak fallen? Are you from there?
Like, how much do I know of this as of now?
I would say you have gained enough knowledge to know that Winter's End has fallen, yeah. And the shrine holding it within Karakadrak has been taken.
From who?
But that's the limit.
I'm telling Rorik, yeah. You know that.
Okay, I tell it to them as well. Brave, I guess.
Yeah. Imar is really disturbed by this, and he says, like, Karak Norn fallen. Karakadrak
Be right
fallen.
back, guys.
All in this. What?
He said be right back. It's fine, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he says all these holds fall so close to each other.
Okay.
Magma Forge shakes his head and says, pretty loudly, he says, "We have to help these humans." And then continues and says, "We have to fulfill the humans' grudges as well as our own." And he says, with a bit of passion, and says, "We have to help them until we lose our name." Because if the humans lose, we'll end up losing to Zenech as well.
I mean, this couldn't be all bad for us. We could actually do this and get a favor with Gnome and get the fort we wanted, right? We could kill two birds with one stone.
all this all depends on what Null what Null needs. And right now, if they're going to use us to basically like fight all their foes, it's like basically we're all just gonna die. Like we're just gonna die, and then the humans are gonna like then follow. And we can't be the vanguard for every fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't
Depends on
exactly.
how big of a fight this is, though, right? Like,
I'm back.
it's up to you guys.
So yeah, I mentioned that Winter's End has fallen,
Yeah.
from what I remember. But I'm sorry, I cannot provide anymore.
Okay.
And nods to that, like very quietly.
As you're all within this setting, within the town center, the true exhaustion starts to set in from the fights. And the acrid smell of burning wood permeates the air, and it sort of burns the inside of your lungs, the inner linings of your lungs. Do you guys want to rest?
I just heard is like does Leon drink from like normal milk, or do I have to look for a milkmaid?
No, he's old enough where he would drink goat milk and that kind of shit. He's
Okay.
he's only old.
What happened, guys?
Nothing much. We're gonna take a list.
Just heard that we learned that Rekindling has fallen. Another dwarf hold.
By the way, Zoltan, like, he's losing patience. Like, he hates that every single and he's feeling like he's getting slowed down. Every single move that he's trying to do, he's getting slowed, and so much is on his mind. That's why, like, he wants to move fast.
And Amar turns to Zoltan and he says, "What's on your mind?"
First of all, Boris's death. Connor, he asked me to go and help him and aid him in what is it called? Geheimnis
Geheimnisnacht.
Yeah. Like he asked for my help because like he said he needs help there in the order, and I can't make it. And Boris needs I need to tell him about Boris's death, and I need to go to my father, and like he's just like venting. Like he has so much on his mind, and like basically. Like he says this only to you, Inmar. Like basically, like he doesn't know if maybe being a slayer is his path anymore. Looking at the responsibilities that he thinks are coming up, like on later on.
Okay. While it's happening, I'll say you guys are walking and talking. Okay.
Yeah. We're walking and talking, and like we're gonna sleep in the inn anyway. So basically, like, makes sense in that. You know, we're sitting a little bit like just on a table.
I'm transitioning.
Talking.
I'm transitioning the
map.
The map. Tell me if you guys see it.
I don't think I have. Oh wait.
It's gonna come soon. Give me a second. Okay, do you guys see the map? Or it's at the map?
I see the end.
Okay.
I'm still logging in.
See nothing.
Yeah, give it a second, you guys are loading. Okay. So you guys are walking and you guys enter the familiar the cup and the cans. Okay, the inn. You actually you see the innkeep, Sven, and he has actually the sort of this solemn look in his head or in his face. But he eventually he serves you the same beers and ales that you guys took before, and goes back to his bar. Tends to his bar.
Yeah.
So I'll move the characters.
I'm like, did me and Inmar have this conversation now or before? Or like what?
You guys are gonna have it now. You're gonna have it now because you're gonna enter the thing. I'm gonna hit the timer.
Yeah. Okay. It's still not it's still not loading. But I'm basically imagining myself sitting on the table. I have Leon sitting I basically placed Leon. Hold on, just a minute.
Yeah, I basically like place Leon like this, كده on the table itself, and I give him like basically like this,
Yeah.
and Amar's talking with Zoltan, just like about being a slayer. And Amar's looking at him for a long he's quite well in like while Zoltan's talking, and then he says, "I will ask you something, but I do not want to offend you."
Yes. Go ahead.
Ainmar says, Your feelings about becoming a slayer are conflicted, I feel.
How so?
Ainmar, he looks like just how the while Leon is sort of like leaning back, he basically like corrects him like without looking at him.
Yeah.
And he says, "A slayer's greatest wish is to atone with his death a dishonor that has fallen upon him. But you do not seek death." And then he's quiet for a second, and he says, You seek victory, but not victory in death. Like basically what Ainmar means, and it's just like like that's just what he continues on, and he says, and ever since we fought in the underways of Karak Norn, you have fought by my side, axe and axe. But lately I haven't and I have been alone in the front line. Is there any?
I think that's like an out of character problem. You know what I mean? No. It's an out of character problem because it's an issue I had like with I talked to like with this with Abdulmalik and Ubaid, like it's like you'll see like changes in these upcoming campaigns.
Yeah, but it's in character.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's an out of character problem.
Like
Maybe this is actually a problem. It sounds like in Zoltan, he wants to do a lot of things and he doesn't want to die early. That's why he's changing his tactics.
It's okay. So basically, it's not Zoltan. It's Zach.
he doesn't
me.
want to die. Yeah. Like it's me, not
Like,
not the character. You know what I mean?
He wants his story to be complete, and he doesn't want to die in combat.
That's me, Zach. Not.
Yeah,
not
but technically everything you do in game is in game, in character.
That is Zach.
That
Zach is not.
Yeah, Zach is not in game, Aslan. It's Zoltan.
Yeah, it's Zoltan.
There's nothing called Zach is making this like this. It's all Zoltan.
Yeah, but it seems this seems like conflicted a little bit, like because I was planning on doing it different, but it's fine. I'll just continue and say
What?
I'll say basically I have put myself on death's door multiple times. But recently I've been getting nightmares of my brother, thinking of how I didn't fulfill my grudge to him. I cannot die before I do that. This is my main mission: find who killed my brother and why, and everything else comes second. And that is why I am impatient. I'm growing impatient. I want to leave this place. I want to finish like my responsibilities here, so I could see like my family and settle this once and for all.
It's just not that. Does Ainmar knows your he knows your full name, and he knows that you're supposedly the heir to just like Karazakarak.
Yeah.
Ainmar looks at you for a long time, and he looks like he's thinking. But then he says, and we might have started on different roads, but I think that we will cross. And he says, and then he looks up to explain. And then he says, and you came here as a slayer, and you might go home as a prince. And you came to me as a prince, and I might leave as a slayer. So like this, in Amar's, he's beginning to feel, and like all the problems and all, and does not have a character to take care of this ring. And things are looking so bad almost everywhere. Yeah.
I basically like I nod and I say you've been through a lot. Yeah, like you might think this way, and I understand. Are you thinking of becoming a slayer? Like I ask.
And Mar looks down, and then he says, and then he like, there's this weird smile that does not seem honest, and he says, probably not as long as I have to remove Starskin.
Zoltan like laughs and says, "Yeah, that's a good armor right there. I wouldn't mind becoming a prince for that."
Yeah, it's just so that Inmar looks sort of sad, and then he says, and then he looks up at Zoltan and he says, "If you, I believe that you wish to go home."
I do.
Inmar looks at him, then he says, "If you are if you are going to Karak, I may go with you." And then he basically clarifies, and if only to see what aid I could receive from your father.
I will certainly not leave you without aid, no matter what, if you come with me.
And Inmar nods to that, and he basically then he focuses as like little Leon is burping.
And I tell him like basically, I cannot wait like any longer. Like we need to move in much faster pace, Inmar.
And Inmar nods and he says, and I intend to stay. I intend to go to Nome only so far to stabilize, to just cement my people's temporary presence. And then I will go with you.
I agree. Let's rest for now and move early thing in the morning.
Eric, before we go away to rest,
Yeah.
Eric, the innkeep's giving me the Bugman's ale.
Sorry, what?
The innkeep is giving me the Bugman's ale, right?
You want to ask for Bugman's? Okay, he's giving you the normal one.
Yeah, I'll ask for this.
Okay. You turn to him and he says, Bugman's, it's about to finish. With hi. And he pours you a mug.
Alright, so I'm gonna drink it, and almost saddened that it's much better. Remind me again, where was the Bugman's Brewery based? Or
Bugman's Brewery? He starts to think. I received my shipments from Nuln. I don't know where the brewery itself is based.
can I get a name? I would like to get
if-
some shipments myself.
If you want, I received it. It was the last shipments from Asendorf, the company.
Asendorf. Alright, so I'm
Asendorf.
gonna write that down. And, alright, thank you.
No problem, Dwarf.
Finish now, and I'll tip him, so
Okay. Okay. So as you guys go to rest for the evening upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know because there are 4 rooms, but there are like 7 of you guys. So who's bunking with who?
Zoltan.
I'm bunking with whoever's a very deep sleeper. Actually, he doesn't wake up and annoy Leon.
Probably Magmaforge.
I was about to suggest the same.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Magmaforge, Einmar, Harrock Zoltan, and I'll say Alric Rourke, and then Logan can sleep on his own because he's a bitch.
Leon,
Yes?
Is Leon a quiet baby or?
Yeah, he's strangely quiet. Yeah, or not strangely. He's one of the quiet types.
Is the baby scared of Magma Forge?
Unfazed.
Unfazed.
Shit, that's
Well,
a
he
bad
did.
baby.
He did see a demon on a horse standing. Kind of different.
Okay. So as you all go to your respective rooms, the smell of the burning and the burning homes are still permeating the air, right? And it's sort of acrid. It burns the inside of your lungs. But as you go into sleep, Ainmar, you notice this. As you go to rest, you notice that Magma Forge. Let me change the music a little bit. Okay. You notice something with Magma Forge. You remember how it used to go off, it used to shut down for rest. Something is very wrong this time. As Magma Forge begins to shut down, the entire room starts to get dark, and dark, and dark. Slowly the smell of the acridness changes, switches. Suddenly you smell... Sorry, what?
For me?
Everybody. But you see it as if it's the center of everything.
Okay.
Okay? And as you look into Magma Forge, you see as if his eyes are being his eyeballs are sort of sunk inward. And as that happens, all of you are sucked into a pitch black abyss. The smell is changed into the smell of sweat, death, and decay. Zoltan, you are the first to stir awake. You are being dragged across a cold and wet dirt path. The hands that are dragging you are strong. You can feel it in the grip. You can feel tight ropes and bundles of muscle underneath fur. You're underground. You can sense it. As your eyes slowly open, you realize that you were blinded. And as you are being dragged, you hear the sounds of thousands of skittering across stone. You hear claws like pod claws scraping against barren stone. Where are you? Your first thought. The ground under you changes. You are in a stone building. You hear the sounds of screaming. You hear the sounds of torture echoing across stone halls. And then you hear a voice coming from a gas mask, as if. How are the results of my experiments? Vectique. Did the dwarf thing finally break? This voice is above you, on the floor above you. The Nofar will break soon. Wisest of warp engineers. We will test our formula with the new test subjects first. Greatest of authorities. You are now being dragged up a set of stairs. The voice is becoming more apparent. You are brought into a large room. This one is the newest of the batch. If the test fails, we will feed him to your breeders.
Am I seeing all of this and I'm getting dragged?
You are blinded and dragged.
Can I remove the blind?
You're bound by extremely strong bundles of muscle. You continue to hear. You hear. I will see that you are soon to be rewarded for your loyalty. And once you hear that sort of emphasis on loyalty, the other voice quivers. Spine twister! Take him to his cell cell! And suddenly, the roiling bundles of muscle pull you up like you weigh a feather. And eventually you are thrust into a prison cell. But not before the blindfolds are finally removed. It's nearly pitch black in here. Can you guys see the map?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Loading for me.
Okay, it's fine.
Oh, hold on.
I'll refresh.
Can someone stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, where was I? Yeah. It's pitch black in here, Zoltan. Eventually, your eyes adjust to the only source of light in the room. In each cell in this room, you see a very high window, barred window, and a green glow cascading down from a high prison window. You look down at your hands, and you notice that your hands are copper-tanned skin. You see tattoos in a strange language you have never seen. But no, wait, you have seen these before. You know this language. Do you? You realize your long limbs and hands, and as you look at yourself, you are a human.
What?
And across from your cell lay other cells with other hunched faces of prisoners. Across from you, you notice a dwarven figure sitting, hunched, his face to a corner. You now finally remember your name, Khalid al-Muntasir. You were a merchant from Arabia's greatest city, Al-Hayik. Okay. Scally.
Yes.
You heard the sounds of new blood entering their soon-to-be graves. You look down at your hands. They're mutilated. Your nails are removed. Various needle injection injuries curse your arms and shoulders. And you look up at the window. It's perpetually dark in here, with only the faint green, iridescent hue coming down from the window. You couldn't count how much time you spent trapped in this cell. A cold wind blows down, sending you into a shiver. And you start thinking, this is the beginning of the 30th winter you spend down here. You knew you were right, because not only that, but you witnessed 3 generations of Ashtails torturing you in this prison, for they are a short-lived race. You remember your wife's face.
Fucking rats.
You remember your wife's face, and you remember her words that came to you in a dream the very first day you were kidnapped. Stay strong. Keep hope in your heart. I always loved you, even if I never showed it. One day you will escape from this nightmare, you thought. One day you will bring ruin onto this clan, the Ashtails. One mere grudge does not do the torment you received justice. The grudges between you and this Skaven clan could fill 1,000 books. First, you make sure that there are no wretched Skaven are watching. Then you go to the western wall of your cell, and you go to the 7th lowest brick from the corner. You pull it aside with your nailless fingers. Inside is a small pocket space you made over the decades. A hole wide enough to contain general engineering supplies, spanners, pieces of metal, wood, general tools. And you have these sort of isolated pockets within your cell wall filled with items. And happiness and hope swells within you, knowing that the Skaven are woefully unaware of your daring escape plan. As you come back to remember the plan and its inspiration, you are willing to burn your own beard in a bet that Morgar himself donned this plan onto you. Of creating the key to your success. The suit that will gain your freedom. As you close the hole once again with a brick, you thank the hundreds of previous humans, dwarves, halflings, and the occasional elf who died trying to help you make this. They died to bring you these materials. You cannot fail them now. You cannot fail their memory. These new prisoners that came need to help you. You know that you only need a few more tools and your escape will be imminent. Herok, you awaken to the sound of a thump and the creaking sound of a shutting metal door. You are inside a damp, cold cell. You look down at your hands and realize that you're not yourself. You have the hands of a halfling. This must have been your first month here, you thought. Or were these your thoughts? Memories begin to flood into your mind. of your happy and peaceful life in Mootland, the home of the halflings, and the best place for pipeweed in the known world. You remember your name, Otto. Otto, son of the Littlefoots. You were an intrepid adventurer and a charismatic bard who swooned the ladies of every bar. But the last thing you remember was when you were traveling and documenting your travels in the fair lands of Telea, that you stumbled upon a dead marsh. You look down across the hall and see accompanying cells. Through the month, the only prisoner who never broke was the cell. Two spaces across from you, and inside it was a dwarf. The dwarf who always held on to hope, you thought. You scoffed at the thought. You were all going to die in here. These thoughts mingle with your own thoughts, leaving you within a state of perpetual confusion. Ainmar, you awaken to the sound as well. Your younger brother, Kazaran, is still asleep. Your younger brother Kazaran is still asleep in the cell that you share. You look at your hands and you notice that you are still a dwarf, but something is really wrong. You look at your younger brother and guilt overwhelms you. You remember that he told you that while mining, that you both need to go back and call it a day for your mining expedition. And that you were digging too deep and treading too far from the bulk of the company's forces. But you refused to heed his advice. You knew that you were about to strike gold, and thus you persisted. Your younger brother following you. And now look where you are. The window in your cell. Give me a second. Yeah, the window in your cell is the closest to you in comparison to the other cells. And from it, you can actually peer outside, other than the other cells. Do you want to look outside?
Yeah, Shisma. Is my name Ainmar?
No.
What is my name?
As you start to think, it's sort of conflicting with your own really strong personality. But then you finally catch a name. Fimbor, son of the stone belts. And as you look over the window, you see this sight.
So basically, when I think about Ainmar, I don't think.
Okay? You are basically in one of the many spires of this massive necropolis. You only heard stories of this place. Stories that were meant for misbehaving beardlings. Stories of a dark and decrepit city of man, fallen to the corruption and darkness of the greatest and most malicious human sin imaginable: pride. Skaven blight. You hear yourself muttering.
No!
Okay, wait, let me change this on. Let's make it this one. Okay. The Skaven blight, you hear yourself muttering. The foul heart of the Skaven Under Empire. The largest and most densely populated city in the world. Deep in the rotting heart of the blighted march of Telea. Warwick, you awaken to your older brother, Fimbor, watching the window. What are these thoughts that are coursing through your head? Where were you? And suddenly you feel a dark magic captured you during the fight in Mycen. What is Mycen? You remember yesterday was a great success. You and your brother managed to steal many tools for this engineer, Scally. The engineer told you he was close. He told you to keep hope in your hearts. But you're finding it hard in this dark nightmare. You find yourself hyperventilating, a panic attack soon to hit. As this is happening, you all hear the familiar sounds, the sounds of the front doors opening. And you hear the shuffling and the skittering of clawed paws scraping across hard stone. Hundreds of rats flee at the sound, coming out of holes within your cells that you didn't know housed them. You see... give me a second. You see this. At first you hear... No furs? How was your evening? and behind him were several hunched over and cloaked and hooded Skaven. The Skaven lab rat, Vectique, walks up to your cell, Scally. You remember him. Now that he's closer, you can see under his cloak a long, fleshy-colored tail, but it's almost ashen. The tail itself is intermittently spotted with gray splotches, and has several nodules and these weird mutations and growing bulbs all across its length. He's an Ashtail, you know it. He's the 3rd generation. Warp engineer Vane was not pleased, dwarfing. His whiskers twitching. Perhaps today you will explain to him the new medium. Squeak, squeak! Bring the warp fuel! And one of the clan rats behind him, he's smaller and he's hooded, brings up and produces a vial, almost like this cylindrical glass vial. And inside it is a vial of green luminescent fluid. Its glow sending shivers to all of you. Snickage! Open the cell! And he points to the cell holding Scally.
Magmaforge says something though.
You're Scally, you're not Magmaforge.
Sorry. You're used to it. Scally says something.
Yeah, sure.
Like while Vectique was taunting him and across the cell, away from him, he was gathering his rage and saying, 10 years wasn't enough. 20 years isn't enough. 30 years, that's enough. I will have you killed. You can't hold me here.
Vectique continues, you will break soon. And he sort of opens his cloak, right? And he brings out a familiar device. It's a large 2-pronged injection gun. And he grabs the vial and puts it into the sort of like the slots in the gun, and the fluid is almost sucked into the gun, and the vial falls out, and the gun is now charged, and it glows with this green, unsettling sound. Master Vane hopes to impress you with his greatest creation, a collaboration with a breeder of Clan Molder and then engineers of Clan Scryer. Your chief breeder will be the centerpiece, the crown jewel. In time, you will join her. This will be your 2nd injury. Yeah?
Scally, once he heard 2nd injury, Scally like loses like half of his willpower, and then he looks at Victique's eyes and says, "No, you won't hold me here."
And as you struggle, all the clan rats jump and grab your arms, and as they push you, they strap your arms to the wall with chains, and they grab you, and immediately Vectique comes in with the injection gun and goes for your shoulder. And you feel the liquid enter your system, and it feels like pouring molten rock into your neck, into your veins. You all see Scally's veins turn green as a reaction to the warp fuel. His body is struggling with great force against his captors, helplessly. But what is miraculous is after a few seconds, he gains an iron will, and he refuses to scream or speak. Vectique looks especially irked. His creation still useless against your iron will for survival. May the horned rat gnaw on your bones! You will never leave Skaven Blight alive! And he throws the gun onto the wall, shattering it. And Vectique realizes his folly and says, "Collect it. I will. While the clan rats are letting you go, I will give you a chance to roll a dexterity check with advantage to manage to try to steal some of the tools."
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, Abdulmalik.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I try and jump?
Jump? Where?
Yeah. To the other cell, to Scally's cell.
No. It's locked. It's there's a wooden door. There's a stone brick wall.
Oh, okay.
Advantage dexterity check.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're distracted. Okay.
Wait.
No, I think you have. What's your dexterity modifier? Because I
I
didn't
have
close
+3. I have +3. And plus
Okay,
one-
you
+2.
beat the DC. You beat the DC.
Okay.
You grab one of the you grab one of the devices, and you notice that under your like with your quick engineering mind and your eyes, you notice that it's a capacitor. This is one of the biggest things you needed for the suits, and this stupid Vectique gave it to you.
Fucking retard.
Once you grab it, you managed to hide it in like under your under your body, and Vectique and his Skaven leave your cell. Squeak, squeak! Bring out the cages! He said in retaliation before leaving your cell and closing on you. I will have fun with the rest of you before I leave. You! And he points at your cell, Khalid.
انا خالد المنتصر ايش بتسوي؟
Yeah, actually, that is exactly your language, actually. And from behind Vectique, Squeak Squeak, a Skaven, a smaller Skaven, brings out a cage covered with a tarp. You can't see inside it, but you hear the faint sounds of skittering apparent within it. Open his cell!
قلع يا حبيبي انا عند شكلك.
Yeah, several Skaven come inside your cell. One with
I
a...
punch.
You punch one. You punch one, and your punch hurts, but they retaliate. And once they retaliate, they hiss, and like a smell of musk comes out from their fur.
I think your mic is too close. I just hear like just about
Don't you have like a pop filter?
What's pop filter? Oh, that thing here.
the-
Tor. Anyway, yeah. From behind, Squeak Squeak brings out a cage, okay? And other Skaven bring other items. You see one metal bucket, one cage covered with a tarp, and one torch.
طيب عبد الملك I have a question.
Yeah?
Did I recognize Scally's voice? Do I know him as Zoltan?
You do.
I'm like, Scally, it's me, Zoltan. I don't know why I'm in this body.
You don't you notice you want to say this, but it's almost as if you're not really Zoltan. You know what I mean? It's sort of
I can't.
it's sort of like mixing two souls in one.
I'll just roleplay this character.
Okay.
Okay. يا ولد قسم بالله أنا خالد.
Once the Skaven grab you, okay, and they push you on.
أتف عليه أخطفوا عليه.
They grab you, and there are many of them, okay.
I slap. I'm like, I want to slap.
You slap and you fight, but it's helpless. The Skaven.
أبي صوت الكف.
But the Skaven rush to grab you. Their paws grasp you and push you against the table on your back. Okay.
يا مقرف تغتصبني ولا شو وضعك انت يا اخي قلع.
The Skaven says something. Says, "Scream for mercy from the master race."
ترى شيء عبد الملك ابول عليه.
ما طيب تبول طيب.
خذ يا ولد خذ.
Once you pee, they strap you onto the table, and your pee like stays on the table and sort of moistens your back. Okay. Your hands and your feet are tied to straps. Okay. Squeak Squeak draws out the tarp and reveals what's inside the cage.
ايش بتسوي؟ ايش بتسوي يا ولد؟ والله جيب مسؤولين كلهم الى الشك.
What you see sends images of pure disgusting nightmare into the far reaches of your mind. Extremely obese rats with what seems to be oozing white egg sacs on their back. All the way to their tail, all along the length of their tail and the base of their tail. And they have these red bleeding eyes and sharp front incisors.
والله ندوس عليكم بالنهار عندنا بالسعودية يا ولد.
Okay, there's no Saudi.
في Arabia.
They gag you. Okay? And the Skaven opens the cage for this like rat cage and dumps all the rats into a bucket. Okay? And Squeak Squeak then grabs the metal bucket, and then he places it on your exposed belly, bottom up.
Oh no!
Okay? You can feel the cold claws of the rats on your belly. Okay? But they're resting. Suddenly, the Skaven behind Squeak brings out a torch and places it on the top part of the bucket, turning the metal orange.
Oh no, they're gonna eat my stomach.
And then you hear this, and the rats are trying to, in an effort to escape from the heat, start to shift and move faster away from the glowing metal and towards a source that is relatively colder, the insides of your abdominal cavity. They begin to scrape.
God.
They begin to scrape against your belly, and they gnaw, sending you screaming and screaming and screaming, even after you tear your vocal cords. The rats continue to digest you alive, and as they escape into the recesses and pockets within your abdomen, the pain is immeasurable. You quite literally feel the rats holding up pockets inside your abdominal cavity. And then you find yourself drifting into unconsciousness. Okay, but not before the Skaven inject you with another vial that shoots you awake, so you can suffer even more. Isn't the horned rat the greatest? Yes, yes. And you feel the coldness begin to claim your extremities before even the injection can keep you awake. And death clutches your soul as the rats nest within your abdominal cavity.
قاعد اقرا قران الحين عشان انا قاعد
Okay,
الحين يعني عشان ما ينفع عشان انا الحين قاعد اموت قاعد شاهد.
Okay, you're dead. The Skaven remove the bucket, and all you see is they drag the body of this human out of the cell, and you see this like trail of blood following an open hole in his abdomen, his stomach completely consumed, and multiple white oozing rats nesting within. And they make
Magmaforge lunges at the cage of metals and says, "Not again! Not again!"
Vectic looks to you and laughs. And they make sure this is visible to you. They make sure this is visible to all of you. This torture. Vectic continues. Tomorrow, you will share the same fate, no furs. Vectic then turns to you, Scally, and says, "You will break in my lifespan, and I will be rewarded by the greatest of great warp engineers of Scryer. Perhaps the Council of 13 will reward me with my own lamp." And they leave the room. And he leaves with the room with his torturers.
ما اعطيتني انا وقتها اسوي رول بلاي للكاركتر حقي انا. طب الحين ايش اسوي انا الحين؟ طفشان انا.
Otto.
Your character just died. Sorry, not Enmar. Fimbor. He looks at this in horror and he's like, "Is the other guy his brother?"
Kazran is your brother, yeah. Basically, Rorik and Amar, you guys are brothers in this world, or in this thing. Otto, even though you were horrified at the sight, I needed to roll a perception check, and I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Perception.
See. Okay, you beat the DC. It was just 10. It was relatively simple. You notice that one of the Skaven left the key in the cell door of Khaled, the key bundle.
Okay.
With enough dexterity, you could attempt to reach for it, but it's really like it's pretty hot right now because the Skaven are there, so you might want to wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let me know when the Skaven leave.
Okay.
See what I gave you guys? I gave you the keys.
Yeah.
Scally. Okay, yeah, that's it. So eventually, it quiets down as the torturers leave, and you guys have a little bit of breathing room before they come again.
All right. All right. I speak up. Wait. I can't act as Otto, right? I mean, I can't act as Harak.
As Harak, not really, no.
All right.
Look like you're already used to it.
So maybe we're like, Dwarf man, I may have found access to some keys. Are you good? Are you alive?
At first, Scully was quiet, but immediately after the rats left, his bravado of shouting and hitting the floor was all a distraction for them to leave. It was part of his plan. He then goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to die today, dwarf. Please help me.
That's just the map plan. He goes back to the wall behind him, and then he hears Otto's voice, and then he looks at the wall that towards him and says, "Is that you?"
Yes, it's me, the halfling.
He says, "Okay, listen." And then after shouting, he quiets down a bit, and says, "I'll get you out of here. You'll go back to your family. I promise it on my soul." He says this
Right.
in a sort of panicked voice, and says, "I need you to open that door as soon as possible."
Oh God.
I need a dexterity check from you, Otto. Scully, look in Discord. I DM'd you something.
I just had that. DM. I think I'm a thief right now. I think I'm a rogue. Right?
Yeah, you are a rogue. Yeah.
Can I try to pick the lock on my door?
Pick the lock in your door. You don't have a lockpick.
I made a check, medic. 10.
10. You start to reach and reach and reach, and you feel your heart. You feel your hands begin to. Your arm begins to come out of its sockets, and you stop from fear. You can try again later.
Dwarf man, I can't reach it yet. I'll try again. Later.
Okay. Eventually, you do this over and over and over again. Okay. Until then basically you wait a day basically from how much you try to keep doing this. Basically, it's like around 24 hours pass.
Okay.
But eventually, sleep takes you all, as what you assume is the next day, but you can't really tell. It is quiet.
Because I have a window.
Even the window, you can't really tell if it's day or night. It's perpetual green.
Is it lighter or darker green?
You don't even know. It looks the same brightness.
Okay. I just want to Fimbor. He basically like tries to look for any sharp piece of rock or metal, and he basically tries to craft from any piece of. He's basically trying to craft a lockpick.
Okay. I would say roll an intelligence check. Roll intelligence check. I would say, so you can like find a good piece and then try to make a lockpick out of it.
I can't slag you for it. Can you roll for me?
Sure. You got a 6. As you take a piece of metal, like you sort of break it from the bars, and you start to try to scrape it against the stone wall, but it's not going to work. It's too thick. You need better tools than this.
Okay. Fimber goes to the cell door, and he basically like shouts towards Scally, and he says, "Oi! Oi, you!
Scully
Give me a
responds.
Give me a lockpick!"
Scully looks at him and says, "Fellow dwarf, are you all right?"
He says, "Not for very long, I will."
All right. I got the plan.
Okay, he's just like, this guy's about to ask for more. He's like, "What plan?"
Scully says, "I was gonna ask the halfling to open the door, but something's wrong. I think it's a trap. But for now, I'll try to help you get a lockpick."
Try again.
And then Scully looks around his cell, and he hides the transfuser the Skaven dropped
The capacitor.
into one of those stones, the capacitor. He hides it into one of the holes that he made,
Yeah.
and he tries to look for scrap metal to engineer into something
Yeah.
usable.
You know you're very close. After 30 years of collecting, you're really, really close. You might be free within the week.
Otto asked
Otto,
two
yeah.
of the dwarfs.
Yeah.
Is there anything long that you can throw me? The dumb rat dropped the keys to all ourselves, but I can't reach him. My hands are too short. I'm asking for anything long that I can find. Can throw to me.
Kazran and Fimbor, you guys can roll perception checks.
Alright. Okay, I'll roll. Hold on. +1.
The brothers, you guys eventually find yourselves touching the same object. It's this metal rod. It could help. You're not sure.
I said, pass it on.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? You want to pass it on?
Yeah, I pass it on.
Okay. So you slide
I
it
give it to my brother and he passes it on.
Okay. Kazran, Fimbor, your brother gives you the metal rod, and you go to the floor and you sort of slide it all across the way downwards towards Otto. And Otto, just in time, you grab the metal rod.
Can I make a check at advantage?
Yeah, make a check with advantage this time.
Alright. 30. Well, that's with disadvantage.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
That's a
21, yeah. Easily. You reach around with your arm across the bars. Okay, reach around, and you scoop it up expertly.
Yep.
And it falls down, and you grab it. And within a few quick moments, you start fumbling between the keys. And it unlocks.
I quickly,
The door opens.
I scream slightly, not I whisper, I got it, and then I run over, slowly sneaking, and fast go through all the keys, trying to unlock. Find the right key.
You unlock Scally's door. Scally's door.
Sky says something to Otto. It says they might. It says these Skaven bastards are cunning. They might have left the key as a trap. So we have to look inside Khaled's cell. There should be something we can use there.
Alright, I'll take a look. I'll go inside.
Okay, you go into the Arabian's cell, previously murdered Arabian. You only see a lot of blood everywhere. Nothing really of importance.
There's nothing here, it's just blood. Oh god, what have they done to Khaled? Massacred Khaled. And can I run over to the other doors?
Wait, don't move your character yet. Okay, you go to Fimbor and Kazran's cell, and the door opens. Both doors open, and you guys are all set free.
Basically like Fimbor goes up to Scally and he says, just that like you'll need my cell to escape. It's the only one with the window.
Meanwhile, can I find a makeshift weapon, something I can protect myself with?
You find the metal rod, but it's like a dagger. I would say 1d4.
Okay.
Okay. I'll add that to your inventory. Give me a second.
Alright.
Sort of like an improvised dagger.
Yeah.
So you have less disadvantage to the attack.
Okay.
Okay, so you find yourself the weapon. Fimbor, you leave your cell.
Yeah, I'll leave my cell. I need a weapon as well.
Okay. I would say you guys, between you all, you find like 2 daggers.
What about the chain on the table, guys? Take the chain.
You could take the chain as well.
Or like we can make a makeshift club using the leg of the table or something like that.
You could also, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I think we should make a makeshift like flail. Actually, flail is good.
You could use the chain to choke niggas out. I'm like, why did you kill me off, dude? I wanna have fun too.
Wait.
Becky, what other materials do I need specifically?
Back.
Wait, give me a second. Materials, you only need a few more gold worth. Give me a second.
Okay, like 12 gold, something like that.
I would say you like. Let me check exactly. Yeah, you only need like around like 10-50 gold worth of engineer materials.
10 or 15?
10 to 50, something like that, something along that line, something along those lines.
Okay. And then Scully after he tries he hides everything. He tries to look for more materials.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Actually, before he does that, he wants to see how the Skaven even enter here. Do they go through a door? Do they come out of the hole?
They come out of this way.
Yeah, but what exactly? So you can plan. So you can look at.
It's sort of like a spiral staircase that comes up.
And it's like really deep, huh?
It actually ascends.
Ascends.
Yeah.
Okay, Adel, he wants to make it in a way that if they step on the stairs, he can know by sound. Well, he already knows it by the water around the place.
I would say like judging, like giving you from like the time that you spent here, I'll give you advantage in the perception checks to see if they were coming or not. You know?
Okay.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, I send. If they're coming, I want to be able to hide these guys in their cells first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So we don't know if the day passed after we woke up again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I look for materials now.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
I'll try to help him if I can.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Okay. Should be. Yeah. First. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
That's
You start to search and search and search. You find.
That's an 18 after seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting actually. You start to see like metal bands and things that you could use to sort of like surround the golem that they're making to protect it from sheer falls and bludgeoning damage, like fall damage. So you take those?
Yes.
Okay, you take those. While that's happening, you hear the sounds of shuffling, and you hear the sounds of chains coming from the front door.
I immediately close the door and hide the key somewhere.
Okay, so you lock them again?
No, I don't lock him. Wait, can I?
Scully tells Otto, lock all of us, but leave the keys behind in the same place.
In the same exact place? Holy shit!
I should show. You got the key from where you were at, you know, and they left it here. So you leave it here. You lock yourself out the last.
Wait, can I instead remove my key for my cell and then leave all the other keys?
You could.
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
You could.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say you remove off the chain.
Yeah.
And you lock it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you all go back,
Everyone.
as you lock everybody, Kazran, Finbor, and Scally, finally lock yourself, and you keep the key within you, within your grasp, and you hear the sounds of chains scraping across hard stone, and you see once again you don't see Vectik, but you see his clan rats, and within their hands you see a chained dwarf. Bald and has like a sort of like a humble beard, and he's being dragged into the same cell that Khalid was in. Raimar, you see yourself enter a bloody cell. Zoltan, by the way, and it's
Wait, what? Wait.
This,
I'm a new character now?
Yeah, this is the next day.
Okay.
And you see yourself enter an extremely bloody cell.
Am I a human? I feel like I can't see the map. It's dark for me. Like I can't see no characters. Can you put me and add me again?
It doesn't show you're online. What the fuck?
I am.
It does show me.
I am.
No, but like on the top, it doesn't show he's on the map.
It does.
Oh, it doesn't show you in the map, yeah.
It doesn't. I'll go arena and come back.
Okay. While it's happening.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh yeah, now you're here.
Okay, do you see it? Do you see the map?
No tokens for vision. It says.
The hell?
I think it's the wrong token anyways because it's red. It's not the same color as opens.
Did you give him access to the Raymar?
I did.
Not yet.
Sure.
Do you see it now?
Medic, you know the ring around our characters? It's green for me, meaning it's mine. And, like it's the same color for everyone.
I know that one's sort of like a
Oh, okay. I don't know.
sort of like a custom thing.
Just add the character. The character Zoltan.
Do you see it?
In the
You
background.
don't see the map?
I don't see Raymar. I see the map, but I don't see the character.
What the hell?
There.
Okay,
Put Zoltan in any corner, maybe that will work.
temporary. We'll put Zoltan. Okay. Well, actually,
Yes.
let's put Zoltan
Do
here.
it now.
Yeah, let's put it here. You're not Zoltan, okay? You're not Zoltan.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
Try
not.
putting both. Wait, try putting both.
Okay.
Zoltan and that guy. Can you control that guy? Is that?
No, I can't.
That's weird.
Ah, shit.
That's fine.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay, you're not Zoltan. Just for the sake of the technicality.
Yeah.
And they throw you into the cell. It's almost as if it's such a strange sensation, shifting souls from one body to another, from one vessel to another. But there is some really deep magic that should not have been disturbed.
I rage.
You're not Zoltan.
Okay.
Okay, and the clan rats scurry away after they leave you.
I'm a human, son.
No, you're a dwarf. You're a short, stout dwarf with a bald head and a humble beard.
Oh, where am I? I
Okay.
don't know. On the sun. What's going on?
Okay, that's your voice apparently.
Yeah, that's me.
Eventually, the Skaven scurry away, and you guys are left again on your cells.
What? Who are you? What's my name again, Adele?
Remar.
My name is Uriah. I'm a dwarf. What's going on?
You fucking bitch. You really going with that voice? Okay. You're trapped in Skaven. I don't know what this is, but they torture us here. It's really bad.
I have family to feed, mate, and let's try and escape out of here, isn't it? Yeah.
There should be some keys in your cell. Unlock yourself.
Oh,
Good
there's
dwarf.
keys inside.
They actually no.
Actually, yeah. Adrek, what did they do with the kids that were left?
They almost subconsciously take it as if they've done this millions of times, and they didn't realize.
Alright, mate. Wait. What about you? You have a key too.
Yeah, luckily I kept mine, and then I unlock it and I get out.
Okay.
Alright.
The Skaven are gone, right?
Let's give it a go. Yeah.
Alright,
And
can
they left the keys again?
In Zoltan's in Ramar's cell?
Eh.
No, they haven't.
Alright, can I like try to get him out, or can I like, can I slip some or like something that helps this guy pick it or something like the lock?
I will say because you're in the outside, you have a much better vantage point to unlock every other person's cell.
Okay.
Okay.
So what check should I make?
Roll a dexterity check, and I'll give you advantage because you're a rogue and you have actually I'll give you advantage because you're a rogue.
Okay. I'm gonna unlock Scully first, always.
Yes.
Get me out, mate. Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. Door opens.
Get me
Alright.
out. Me daughter is waiting for me.
What more stuff do we need, Mr. Dwarf, to get out?
And he says bolts and plates, anything.
Anything?
Well-
Medic, have you exhausted this place? Is there anything left?
You can't find anything that suits his needs particularly.
Then we have to leave this place
Yeah.
and search out.
Yeah, that's what I suggest as well. Well, we have to search somewhere else then. Are you good at sneaking?
I'm gonna.
Is my character
Oh,
good?
yeah.
You have the stats of the stats of a normal level 1 fighter.
Okay, dude.
Scully,
All the
Scully
guys are
says,
level 1.
I think
Yeah, what's up?
in response to Ola, to the halfling, He says, I'm almost as good as you. And then you walk.
Wait, should I? I'm gonna unlock the others as well, the rogues and the brothers, basically.
Okay.
And,
I'll say with that. I'll say with that 20 you
Should all
unlock.
of us go, or should it be less because it's a sneak mission, right?
I'll say
I
you
still
can unlock
unlock
everybody else.
everyone.
I'm taking a chain, alright?
Okay, you take a metal chain.
Wait,
Do you
metal?
guys see my camera or is it out?
Oh.
Do you guys see my cam?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's weird.
I am getting out of here, so I'm going.
How about now?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say with enough time you can unlock all the other cell. But it's your choice if you all want to go or if you have one guy goes.
Look, guys, I don't think we all should go because that's 5 stealth checks. That's crazy. Like one of us is bound to fail.
Shut up, man. I want to escape. What, you want to go alone?
Technically, I never. Technically, I have the option to unlock whoever I want.
Yeah, you could
Sure,
actually. You could
man.
actually, yeah.
So I unlock Scully and then I talk to him.
Finbar looks towards his brother, and he basically says, "I'm sorry for pulling you into this, but I'm sure as hell gonna pull you out." And he's the one who basically goes out to find the materials.
Okay, so okay.
So whoever the other rogue is, I'm gonna unlock him, right?
And
I'm gonna. I'm the rogue. Yeah. I'm gonna give what's this guy's name supposed to be? The new dwarf?
Rymar.
I'm gonna give them a makeshift club or something to protect themselves in case something happens.
Okay.
Right?
Simple enough.
I want my
Yeah.
chain.
I'll give you a chain. All right.
Okay. So do you two want
Are
to?
you actually gonna lock me in?
Do you two want to sneak out?
I mean,
Are you serious though?
okay. Can
This is-
I?
wait,
Like,
this is-
okay. Here's the thing.
In character, boys. In character.
All right. Yeah. Otto doesn't really like. It's not even in character. All right. Yeah. He doesn't want to risk it. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
want to.
Okay.
risk
Then
it,
that's
like,
in character.
coming
That's
with
fine.
us. Yeah.
You can keep him locked.
So you lock him in.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't lock you. I don't unlock you.
Okay. Do you guys sneak out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want stealth checks from the both of you.
Me?
I think Star is also coming. He said.
Yeah.
Scully, you're coming as well.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what to find for me to help me out.
No, you described them to be bolts.
You can give them a list.
If you,
Okay,
if you,
okay.
if you
Not
get
an
bolts,
actual
then-
physical list, but you can tell them what you want. Bolts, mediation.
Okay, that works too.
All right. Stealth
Okay.
checks.
Stealth checks from both of you. Yeah.
I'm trying to roll, but I can't roll. Help.
Actually, wait. Let me give you toggle notification here.
Oh!
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 Okay,
Are you fucking kidding me?
come back. Neither of us come back.
Oh, right, maybe you should have gotten me, yeah? You got it out.
Oh my God!
Hey, yo, man, I can,
Oh my God!
yo, man, I can hear you from myself. Maybe you needed me, eh?
The dice have decided. Anyway, okay. Let me see.
serious. I'm like, Scully, right? You hate them, don't you? No, I don't.
Okay.
I hate them.
Otto and Fimbor.
Yeah.
You begin to sneak out, and you exit the facility of the prison. Okay. Sorry, something's wrong.
Yeah,
with
no,
me.
but like,
will know you.
just a second. Abdulmalik,
No.
A natural 20, so doing a bad job is like a natural 6 or something, natural 5, right? Natural 1 is basically something bad out of my control happens to absolutely fuck me over.
Yeah. Watch. Watch.
What?
Oh god.
You begin to stealth outside. Okay. And
وبعدين معاكم
bees.
أبقى وياكم.
Eh, don't mind. La. Okay, my dad's here.
Okay, mute everyone.
Yeah, كمل.
عبودي from العمير.
أهلين والد.
عبودي from العمير.
Alan,
How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing fine, dude.
وبعدين معك يا عبودي يعني تلعب معاهم وتكلمهم وما تكلمني كلش ولا ترسل لنا.
انا قاعد ارسل لماما وهي ترسل لك.
لا ما ارسل لي انا ولا والله العظيم ما اخلي عبد الملك ما يدخلك معاه في الجيمز.
طيب
يلا
برسل لك كل شيء.
يلا بوش كريس ما شاء الله عليكم الله العظيم انكم
Abdulmalik, does your father have a Kuwaiti accent?
What are you talking about?
No.
Wait, you say Kullish?
Yeah.
ايه كلش كلش ما يرد علي.
Wallah, I've never heard Saudis use this word, never actually.
لا Saudis use it. شوف this is Khaliji. It's technically Khaliji. Like شو اسمه like.
Okay, wait. Back to the game. Okay. Do you guys see all the new? Do you guys all see the new map? The place?
No, I don't.
Who sees it? Who sees it?
arena and come back to Saving Blade.
Okay. You cannot switch until the resources finish loading for your current view.
Dude, just join the live stream.
Okay. Finbar turns to Otto and he says, "Make it full of half." ايش يقول شو هذا؟
Yeah. Well.
قبل ذكر. Stick your hobbits.
Yeah, stay close to me, hobbits.
The eyes of a hawk and ears.
All right. Okay. Anyway, as you can see that outside, it's strangely empty. Something is terribly wrong. You see the faint crackles of green thunder in the distance, but no Skaven. Not a single soul. As you continue to move, you start to notice dwarven architecture. Strangely enough, you are underground. When you descended in your path, perhaps an old dwarven fortress was under Skaven blight before it fell. It doesn't matter. You need to escape. As you continue to walk, you can feel 1,000 eyes penetrating the backs of your heads. But as soon as you turn around, you can only see one rat staring at you, standing on its hind legs. As when you look at
Finbar charges at him with his dagger like this. Finbar charges at him with his dagger for a sneak attack.
Okay, once it's like no, it's a small rat. It's like a tiny rat.
Okay. Oh.
It's a tiny rat. It's standing on its hind legs and it's looking at you. And in its eyes, you see a malicious and devilishly cunning intelligence that sends you into a shiver. And it scurries away.
Okay, I toss the dagger at him.
Okay, you throw
the dagger at him.
Okay, just roll an attack roll. Holy shit.
14.
Okay. You throw the makeshift dagger and it hits the rat, the sort of oversized rat, and it severs its tail. Skitters away. And it leaves you in this unsettling quiet. As you continue,
I go and pick the dagger.
Okay, you pick up the dagger.
I mean, we don't know we've snuck wrong, right?
Yeah, you guys don't know you're swapped wrong. So far, everything's fine.
Assuming everything's fine, I start looking for wherever we're supposed to look for bolts and shit.
So you try to find a place for a lab or anything similar of that sort. You continue in a harried pace. Your injured legs supporting you. But once you turn exactly, you feel the 1,000 eyes stare at you again. Well, you just can't stop. You have to keep going. As you dart from alley to alley in this undercity, you find yourself lost in this labyrinth, like a trapped rat in an experiment. Back in the warp lab, you guys in the warp lab, in the prison.
Yep.
You guys hear the sounds of unlocking doors. Okay. Vectik comes in again, surrounded by his bodyguards. So you didn't fall for it. For a dwarf, you are just as cunning as the children of the horned rat. Vane Ashtail rewards those who know their fate. And
It was a trap.
the Skaven behind him start opening the cells and start handing out rewards. Large cubes of molding cheese, black grain that smells of the blighted march, and a cup of brackish black fluid. This is your reward.
This is to us, صح.
This is to you guys, yeah.
Oh my, it's food, isn't it?
I ask, what of the others?
Vectic looks to you and just says,
Hey, oh my, you sick fuck, what is wrong here?
Fimbor, you hear your brother scream. And just as you just as you turn, you begin to see thousands of pairs of red eyes watching you from a distance. Thousands of pairs, piercing the cloak of darkness that covers the Undercity. The red eyes almost corner you to a particular location, and you feel yourself panic, and you start running away. And
Dude, I won't even say no. I'm brave, dude. I'll be running away, dude.
and as you're running, the pairs of red eyes sort of, it's strange, almost in the they close where they don't want you to go, and they open where they want you to go. It's almost like it's leading you to a particular location.
Okay, which is where did I hear my brother's screams?
You heard it, I would say, to the 4 o'clock.
Okay, just the Finbar runs to that location, and he's just like with one hand he's holding the dagger, with the other one he's holding Otto, and he's basically running. And from fear, there's tears in his eyes, and the only thing he's thinking about is running away with his brother. And he brought this brother into this, and he needs to take him out.
Yeah.
And he's running, and there's the chittering of Skaven basically fill his ears, and he's absolutely horrified.
And as you're running and running and running, and the screams are sort of falling from your eyes, you hear the sounds of scraping following you, and you dart from alley to alley. I want you guys. Actually, well, okay, this depends. Otto, do you want to stay? Do you want to go with Fimbor again, or do you want to still go try to find the tools?
I'd say auto fight. Wait, I know there's rats, a bunch of shit ton of rats looking at me.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's find tools.
Okay. Fimbor. Otto separates from you. Okay, and it sort of leaves you in a stance, and then Otto explains.
Yeah, I'm going to find the tools. We need it to escape. The dwarf needs it, and then I'll just go find.
Okay.
Rush off.
Otto rushes out, separating from you, Fimbor. Okay. And you're running back towards where you heard Kasram, your brother.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my brother.
Okay, so you start running back. Otto, as you see yourself running, and I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Save, dexterity.
Okay. You basically go between alleys and alleys, and then you see a recess, almost like a pitfall trap. And you expertly, in one quick motion, jump over it. Running. And once you duck a corner, and you enter this building, and you start to hear sounds of an inhumane voice, slowing and screams inside this building.
Okay.
And as you peer sort of into the building, you witness the most vile picture you have ever seen in your entire life. A massive swollen rat mother laying on her back with thousands upon thousands of little rats suckling on engorged and inflamed nipples. You fell into a breeding you walked into a breeding pit.
Oh god.
As you yes, kidding, what the fuck? This is basically what you see, but on a massive scale.
Oh my god.
As you watch, you notice that the brood mother barely has limbs. Basically, her arms or legs have atrophied and died out due to disuse or like misuse. Now and basically they're practically sticks because he never uses them. And you see, basically the brood mother can't move except like sort of like shake. And she struggles at your sight. And the thousands of Skaven feeding from her are swinging with her movements. Okay? And once you see this, it shocks you. It throws you into a pit of fear. And as you run away from it, you hear the Skaven detach from the mother and start swarming you in a vermintide. Okay, I want you to roll several saves to see if you survive this. Okay?
Alright.
I want you to roll 2 dexterity saves.
Alright. I'm just gonna roll with advantage, counting as 2 rolls. Oh! Both of them hit.
Okay. You duck between alleys and you see little like rats following you, and they're sort of like going across, crawling on the walls, almost like literally a vermintide. But you manage to run and run and run, and accidentally, you actually stumble back to where you were going, where you were going to the guys before, the location where they were before.
Yep.
And you see the building in front of you, طبعا, where you were there.
Yep.
You can either go into the building or go further into the city, the undercity, or any up to you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna commit to the idea of finding the tools, so...
Okay, so
yeah, I wanna... What would be the best thing, like, to find the tools? I'm assuming the city is better than...
you could go to the city. You could go to the city. But there is something very risky, but could be rewarding. I'll tell you what it is.
What's the other option?
Either you go to the city or something that's much more riskier, way risky, that you didn't even think about it the first time, but it's what possibly has the key.
Okay.
Basically, what the thought that comes into your head in this panic is to go to the warp engineer's room. Not Vectique, not Skaven, their boss.
Oh shit.
No.
And that room is inside the same building that your friends are in.
Okay, you know what?
You do it?
Halflings have that kind of bravery?
Yeah, halflings are brave, technically.
Hey, halflings believe they're lucky, alright? So I'm gonna do it.
Okay, you go
The
there.
halfling drop the one ring into the practice room. I guess this
Okay.
possible to do something.
So you head there. Okay? And as you sort of like climb, you rolled really well. So the vermintide sort of like it sort of disperses, trying to find you.
They're going after me, dude.
Okay. Fimbor, I want you to roll dexterity saves.
Okay. I will roll a dexterity. I have +2. Okay. How many rolls?
Give me 2 rolls, just like him. Give me 2 rolls. Oh shit. Okay. You do just as well. And you manage to duck between alleys, and eventually you find yourself in the same spot, in the same building, in the same tower. You can actually attempt to ascend further up, like up the tower, or you can go back where you were, where you heard Kazran.
I'm going after my brother. He's
Okay. As you descend towards where you heard Kazran, you hear the Skaven inside. And you hear the sounds of laughing from basically Vectique.
Is he behind me? Or
He's inside the room. You didn't enter the room yet.
Okay, I stealth.
Okay, you stealth. As you sort of melt into the shadows, you hear the steps of the Skaven come out of the room that your brother's trapped in, and are leaving. But you're stealth. They're gonna roll a perception check to see if they spot you. Okay. One of the Skaven, one of the clan rats. Actually, let me see their bust. Let me see their wisdom modifier.
You have to be +2. I don't think they have.
Okay, they actually have -1. They don't notice you. And the clan rats walk away, and they give you space to enter, and you start. And then wait, you actually want to enter, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Do I hear my brother inside?
Yeah, you do.
He's alive.
You don't know, but you hear him inside. Like you hear him struggling inside.
Okay, I go inside and try to find him.
Okay. You go back to the same prisons and you find Kazran in the same spots where he left him. Kazran, you see your brother running towards you with like sweat on his brow, and he sort of grasps the bars that you're in.
Yeah, he says, are you okay? Did they do anything to you?
I said, no. But are you okay? It's a trap, Finbar, a trap.
Like,
What's that?
You didn't scream? That wasn't you?
I did. I screamed for your safety, for you to be aware.
It's just not that Finbar nods. He's worried, but it's just not, and then he looks back and he says, just not that, another halfling. It's just when he split from me. He must be looking for the materials. I'll go back outside.
Hey, you want something to eat? He gave us something sweet as a gift. You want to eat before you go?
Okay. Otto. As you continue to ascend further up. Wait, I thought you said you wanted to find the tools with Otto. I want to roll a perception check, and Otto depends on how you want. You want to roll a stealth check, see if you guys see each other, because you guys are going to the same location, technically, or in the same location. And you're muted, by the way.
I don't see anything yet. But yeah, you want me to roll a stealth check, right?
Yeah. And by the way, as you enter the room, as you enter the building and start to ascend further up, Fimbor, as you leave the room, you see him. You know what I mean? Basically, sort of like meet.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I meet Otto.
Yeah, you meet Otto in the tower.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys see the map?
No,
Yeah. See you now.
I do
Oh
not
my
see
God.
the wall.
I don't see it at the minute.
I don't see the wall.
I don't see the warp lab.
دخلني يا عبد الملك ايش فيك يا
Wait, relax.
خلنا نشوف يا رجال
Relax.
قتلت خالد انت يا الوسخ.
This reminds me of Alric's,
Alaric? Yeah.
Alaric's forge, yeah.
Who else was left? Mama Forge.
I can't see.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Vane!
Holy
It's
shit,
me,
look at that.
Zoltan, right?
Yeah, he's like level 14 or something.
Oh my god.
It's a decent map.
I can't see. No.
Okay.
It's still loading.
I'll describe it while it's loading. Okay.
You can watch the stream if you want.
No, I'll just watch the stream.
Okay. You enter this room in the upper floor. Okay. You come up to a lab of some sorts, and you see many vials and books across walls. You see fires of glowing green that dominate the corners, and in the middle you see a large vat of a glowing green fluid that bubbles. Its fumes escaping. In the far and in this general area, you can feel that magic is extremely strong here. Yeah. In the far end of the room, in the middle, you see a large-sized rat that is completely covered in metal armor. The Skaven has a large gas mask attached to a gas tank to his back, almost like a life support machine. And basically, when he breathes, he has like this, sort of like this Darth Vader thing.
You mean Bane, dude, from Batman?
No,
In a way, he's like Bane.
Darth Vader. Anyway, let me tell you. The Skaven, and in his right hand, you see this basically. You guys see that?
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
In his right hand is a massive halberd staff, with crackles of green electricity chaining around it. And in his left hand is a massive oversized gauntlet. and jutting out of it are two massive pure warpstone crystals, probably as heavy as 5 pounds. And if you remember, 1 ounce of warpstone is like 2,000 gold, so this is pretty expensive.
Yep. This guy's a millionaire.
On his robe are hundreds of scrolls of sorcerous incantations, far beyond the realm of understanding from any of you. And basically, you see storm vermin holding the sides, and you see basically these 2 pairs of rattling gunners. Basically, 1 pair holding the gun and one pair holding the rat holding the ammo. And basically sort of patrolling. And then you see basically Vayne Ashtail, the Skaven head of this clan, and he's pouring through his table. And you guys are stealthed right now, and you guys have full cover.
Alright, okay, I'm whispering.
You have to get behind them.
I'm whispering to Finbar. Good dwarf. I don't think we can get. I don't think we can fight these guys. We have to. What should we do? Should we wait until they're gone, or? Whoa!
Come on. You hear?
Bait them out, dude. Someone scream and bait them.
Yeah, we need to plan something.
Gorgon. Stop, dude.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay. Just about that. So basically, he's doing some kind of ritual or what?
He's pouring over some notes, basically. Like his back is to you. But basically, you see this honestly quite terrifying visage.
Just about that. Finbar says
This is his face close up.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not getting close to this guy. We have to find whatever Skelly needs somewhere else.
Question. What is this thing?
It's a tile. It's just a broken up tile.
Oh, does it not go underneath or something?
No, it isn't.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna talk to Finbar. Yeah, it seems too risky. We can never fight these guys ever.
Rattling gun my ass.
Unless we create a distraction, maybe they'll chase us out, and one of us can sneak in.
Okay. She said if Finbar looks at.
I want a perception check from one of you guys.
Okay.
I have pretty good perception. Let me roll.
Okay, I'll give you 8. Roll twice.
19.
Roll again.
Okay, yeah, roll again.
Oh, roll again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving you.
He's assisting you.
Alright.
Woo!
Oh,
Natural 20. Okay. Otto. Something is wrong even by Skaven standards.
Okay.
You hear the sounds of... It's actually miraculous that you heard it. But you hear the sounds of skittering on the roofs. The roof of this room, there's like some skittering.
Mm-hmm.
And this sort of like, again, clawed feet scraping across stone. But it's almost so faint, and if it's trained not to make a sound.
Huh.
Okay? And
Okay.
it stops. And once, because you got after 20, so you look up to where the source of the sound is, and you see above Vayne Ashtail.
Yeah.
You see this thing. Gutter runners. Okay. Basically, you see these figures sort of coming from the roof or the ceiling, from pockets that you didn't know even existed. And they're so quiet. They're so quiet. It's almost as if they had assassination training from like the best assassination training ever. And they sort of crawl in deeper and deeper and deeper, and basically sort of above Vayne Ashtail and above his guards, and are watching.
Are they protecting me?
They're not watching you.
that-
They're not watching you. They're watching Vayne.
Are they protecting?
They're probably assassinating him.
Okay.
No shot, they're protecting him.
Do you guys want to do anything?
I have no idea what to do, and I don't want to risk my life.
Keep watching them. Maybe they'll fight, or maybe they'll run away.
Dude, I kind of feel like, nah, I don't know. I was like thinking the distraction plan would be good if we like run out. Maybe the guards run out as well or some shit. But yeah, it's too risky. Can we just wait? Can we just wait, see what they do, the assassins?
Okay. So you wait. By the way, I'll tell you. Basically, like I would say, okay, I'll say you wait like a few minutes. Okay. The assassin's creeping closer. Okay. And just as Vane Ashtail reveals a scroll from within his cloak and sets it on the table, they spring. And basically several assassins come out of corners. Basically, they have you see these like dark visages, or they have these cloaks. They're so dark, and it basically juts out all lights, or absorbs all lights. And they have these sort of like warpstone glass claws, and they jump out, and immediately. Right before the Skavens jump, Vane, with extreme awareness, he notices them and shouts, "Ashen traitors, Skaven, to me!" And they're gonna begin combat. Is there anything you guys want to do? I would actually allow you guys to basically be able to stealth within the combat and try to steal the tools.
Yeah, basically in between when they're
Trevor would do that, but he'll be one step behind Otto, so in case Otto is captured, he'll basically grab Otto and run away, while that guy's busy capturing whatever. This is gonna be the second head in the back.
Okay. Okay, I want stealth checks again from you guys.
With advantage, صح الملك. Since they're in combat.
Since they're distracted, yeah, I'll give you that. That's good.
Alright.
Okay.
Got it. You got it. Roll again. Roll again.
Amar, you can roll again.
20.
Okay.
Okay.
God damn it!
Just stealth.
Otto, you find yourself. You find in this. You feel adrenaline coursing through your veins, and you would usually be jittery, but you find yourself. You find yourself very calm, and you start stealthing around. And basically, while this combat is happening, you manage to get within here. Fimbor, once you start stealthing, and they begin the combat, the storm vermin almost switches to you, and puts its halberd towards you as well. You're spotted, and basically, I want your initiative. Vane's gonna roll initiative as well.
It's like Voduk all over again, dude.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Dude, I'm level 1! Dude, I'm level 1!
Hey, we're level 2 when we face Voduk, right?
Okay. Because you were spotted, it's gonna begin. Wait, did you roll initiative?
Yeah,
Should I?
I don't see your results. Holy shit, the rolls are so high! What the fuck? 25, 25, 19, 16, 16.
Yeah, I don't see that roll either.
Okay,
Come on, niggers.
I rolled for Fimbor. Ugh. You got a natural 4 to man. Anyway. So, you were spotted. First round of combat. This gutter runner it jumps above this rattling gun, and it ducks under the heavy weight of this machine, and goes in for a claw against the rattling gun. With advantage because it was surprise round. And because it's advantage, they have sneak attack, and they have the Skaven the assassin ability where if they attack surprised, it's crit. So their damage is.
Whoa! Shit, yo.
And basically the claw immediately slays the rat that's holding the ammo machine, and it falls to the ground, clattering. That's the gutter runner's turn. This Skaven jumps against this storm vermin with also an attack. Plus 4, 6.
Dude, that animation looks sick.
It's a crit. Okay. Jumps in and starts slashing and slashing and slashing. And you basically it goes in for his neck. It severs the carotid, and blood, black blood, not red blood, black blood starts to flow and flow and flow. And his clavicle is also shattered. That's this gutter runner's turn. The rattling gun in melee is gonna start firing at the. Actually, gonna start firing at this one. Okay, guys, check out the animation. I've been working on this for a while.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, check this out. Let's see if it works. Please work. Usually doesn't work. Does it work?
Yeah, it works!
Yes! It worked!
Alright, that's sick.
Yes, the animation. And it's basically the bullets. You hear this, and basically they're like warpstone bullets, and it immediately eviscerates the gutter runner. You start to notice that these guys are extreme glass cannons. That's the rattling gunner's turn. Storm vermin. It steps in here and goes to attack the warp runner, the gutter runner with a glaive attack. Misses. Goes in, smashes the cobblestone floor under it. The Skaven jumps over the halberd, and with its amazing dexterity, actually lands on the halberd in a sort of like making fun of the halberdier. Now it's Vayne Ashtail's turn. Vayne Otto, I want an initiative from you actually also, just so I can see where you go. There you go. Okay, we'll say you go. We'll say you go before him. Go. What do you want to do?
Wait, where's the entrance to this laboratory?
This is the door here.
Ooh, fuck. Okay, is this like high enough to like hide me as a little after?
Yeah, it's basically sort of like a pillar, but has fire jutting out of it. So I would say you can use that as cover.
I suddenly rush here.
Okay.
Quickly.
All right, good. Vayne's turn. Vayne grasps his warpstone gauntlets. Okay, and the warpstone glows and glows and glows, and then he sends a chain lightning. So he's gonna shoot chain lightning. Oh wait, that's nice. That's nice. Give me a second. Wait, the spell is broken. Give me a second. Let me fix it real quick. It's gonna be cool.
Zach.
Zach,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
your chat.
Okay.
That's to wake him up, you know.
He sends a chain lightning, and once the warpstone glows, it sends green lightning emanating from his wrist. For some reason, the animation is not working, so I'm just gonna roll the damage.
See the die.
Green lightning emanates from his wrist and strikes a gutter runner, literally frying it. But before the lightning stops, it jumps into another gutter runner, frying it, and then jumps to the third one, almost killing it. And then Vayne Ashtail smacks his halberd staff onto the floor, and does this guttural scream. That's his turn. Gutter runner's turn. He's going to. After the gutter runner, it's your turn. He's gonna attack this rattling gunner. Poison claws. It misses, yeah. Goes in, and that Rattling Gunner actually uses his own gun to deflect the attack. That's his turn. Finbar, your turn.
Okay.
You were spotted. The halberdier spotted you. Okay, you're going in? Alright, go in.
Yeah.
Alright.
I go in to grab the halberdier and toss him into.
Oh! Okay. Roll an opposed strength check. Actually, if you describe it in a way, I can allow you to do a dexterity check.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna activate the camera. Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, what's up?
See when the rattling, when the night runner, the gunner runner,
Yeah.
basically landed on the halberdier's halberd and was taunting him.
Yeah.
Was like shot down.
Yeah, with the lightning warp lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. Just when the storm vermin's his like balance shifts because of this thing.
Yeah.
Because that was just how the runner like basically falls off. Finbar charges up and jumps at the storm vermin halberdier, basically like grabbing him from the neck.
Yeah.
And then kicks his spine. Kicks.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, roll me dexterity check. Actually, I'll give you advantage. That's very creative.
Okay. A dexterity check or a save?
Check.
+2 dexterity.
Check. I'll give you advantage of it though.
Okay. Can I use acrobatics actually?
Oh yeah, acrobatics. Yeah, you can use acrobatics. I'll say you jump and do that. Okay. 15. You do a bunch. You duck and then you do this twirl and you kick the back of his spine while grabbing onto him, and he flips into the vat of warp fuel, and once he falls into the warp fuel, the storm vermin does this inane cry for help, and it literally melts in it. And basically, it's black blood sort of comes to the top of the warp fuel, but then coagulates and then burns off into fumes from the sheer heat of this thing.
It's T-800 from Terminator.
Yeah, basically. That's your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. I'm level 1, so I'm not level 2.
Yeah, you're level 1, yeah.
Okay, so basically, like, that's I can't even move any further. Basically, like, I'm basically prone as this thing happens.
Yeah.
And he ducks to sort of avoid any hits.
Okay. So as you duck, the storm vermin, he sees your display of acrobatics, brings out his halberd and charges towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna engage you in melee with his halberd. And he's aiming at you. That's his action. That's his movement. Rattling gunner. Same as that one. It's gonna charge up. It's gonna wire up its rattling gunner, and you hear this wiring. And it's gonna shoot it like this.
Oh shit! Oh my god, that is a good thing.
And it nearly, it nearly eviscerates the gutter runner. But the gutter runner is extremely nimble and dodges. It uses succeeds a dexterity save and dodges the roll. Dodges the attack. Or half of it.
Completely.
No, he takes half of the damage. Okay, that's the rattling gunner's turn. This gunner's turn. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's gonna aim again at this gutter runner, seeing it as the most imminent threat.
Dude, the assassins got fucking killed by that lightning.
And yeah, even if he succeeded the save, he would still die, I believe. Let me see, 4d10. Yeah, he's fucking dead. The warpstone bullets eviscerate the gutter runner, tearing its cloak, like putting thousands of green holes in his cloak.
Shit, dudes, we're fucked. Fucked so hard. Right?
Otto, your turn.
Come on, use the house behind the body as a shield.
Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna say something, right? So,
Yeah.
they don't know I'm here, right?
They don't.
The only other person that's threatening
Finbar.
them is
Yeah.
Finbar, right? So
Yeah.
they're all looking at Finbar. There's no shot anyone's looking behind them.
Yeah, and
right?
Finbar, you know this, and you have the eyes of all the Skaven on you. They didn't notice
So
Otto.
I'm quickly gonna go here and go inside.
Okay. Well, once you go inside, you see bookshelves, and you're like, no, that's not useful. You see hundreds of vials of these like various colors, iridescent red, blues, greens, all different viscosities. That's not it. To the like the most northern wall. This is what you need. You see basically the wall is filled with all kinds of engineering tools, bolts, spanners, capacitors, everything you'd ever need.
All right. I'm sure there's like a sack or something, and I'm gonna put them all.
Okay.
Shove them things in the sack.
You start grabbing everything you can. This is more than enough to make the golem.
All right.
Take some of the potions, dude.
Yeah, quick like maybe some red and blue thingies. You know,
Okay,
like
okay.
probably health potions.
You grab a red potion. You grab a blue potion. You have no idea what they do. You're assuming they're health potions.
Yeah. Might as well drink one, right? Okay. And what's this? Is that
It's basically like a shelf with books.
shelf?
Fuck bugs.
All right.
This,
Well, can I peek back out?
strangely enough, this Skaven is actually really well read. Is what?
No, nothing. I said no shit.
Okay. All right. That's your turn.
Wait, can I look for any exit, like perception or something? Like, is there any other exit?
Okay, roll a perception check for me. Okay. You try to search. You can't find anything. You have to get out of here.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk through the door.
Okay, that's your turn. Ashtail. Ashtail notices you, Fimbor, and you hear his voice echoing through the gas mask. Catch him. And basically, he's gonna hold his turn. And he's gonna he wants his rattling gunners to catch you. It's your turn, actually, Fimbor.
Okay,
No, hold on. Use the halberd's body as a shield against the gun.
he's much stronger than I am, and that's not the same thing. Vicky,
Yeah.
can I try to do the same maneuver again, to toss him into the fire? Toss him into the magma?
I'll allow it. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I jump. Whoa! It was ready.
Okay. Once you go for that maneuver, you find yourself slipping, and the storm vermin is trained, and he sees you lose your balance. He brings out the butt of his halberd and pushes against you, causing you to fall. And basically, your back is towards the vats, and you're basically on prone, and you're almost about to fall. The only thing that's catching you is basically your arms. Okay. So you're prone.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That's your action. I would allow you have movement. I would allow you have some movement still, but to go up, I allow you dexterity save.
No, can I shimmy across this edge like this?
Oh, okay. I would say it's difficult terrain, so it's gonna be half movement.
Yeah, I'll do it because it'll give me cover against the rattling gun and vein.
Okay. That accidental failure actually turned out to be a massive success, as suddenly you hear this. Basically, the bullet's trying to one of the bullets trying to scrape against the stone, trying to basically catch you, and you're dodging this.
Like this.
Yeah. Okay. That's your turn. The storm vermin is gonna go 1, 2, 3, and he's gonna attempt. He's gonna attempt to grab you. So he's gonna roll dexterity strength check. You're gonna have to roll dexterity acrobatics. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, he's gonna roll athletics. Oh.
Oh my god, not again.
Okay.
Oh my
The storm vermin grabs you and pulls you up. You are no longer near the vats, and he pulls you up and towards him, and you're currently considered grappled. Okay. And he's gonna use the rest of his movements to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Is he dragging the character so he's moving at half the speed?
Okay. Yes. So 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be here or here. Okay. That's his turn. Rattling Gunner moves here. That's his turn. And this one stays here, also in the same spot. Otto, it's your turn again.
Come on, Otto, please. I'm assuming everyone's still looking at him, right?
Yeah, for the sake of combat, because the combat's over, it's basically just like this.
Okay.
Okay. You see Fimbor captured.
Yeah, well. He doesn't really care about Fimbor.
Okay, so I see Otto, and I basically pointedly not look at him, but give this very small nod. You can see this like small tear, like.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Peppa hands. Okay, Otto. You see Fimbor nod to you, and you basically see him. You see a tear go across his face, knowing his fate is sealed. And basically, it's almost as if he has.
Wait! What happened? What happened?
Okay, basically, what happened? What happened was the storm vermin captured Fimbor because Fimbor rolled a natural 1, and started dragging him towards Vayne. And Fimbor and Otto starts dashing away, noticing Fimbor was captured. Fimbor noticed Otto and gave him a nod, and a single tear goes across his face. And basically, there's it's no words, but now I want you to save my brother at all costs.
Yeah, I'm gonna mouth. I'll give him your goodbye, or I'll say goodbye to him, or whatever.
Okay, you find the opportunity, and you find the opportunity, and you dash out.
Yep.
That is really fucking sad.
And Fimbor basically Fimbor basically shouts at Vayne at him, and it's just know that I declare a grudge on you and your family.
Okay. Once you keep shouting and shouting and shouting, and the storm
to distract him, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all
My voice cracked more than once.
Yeah, they're completely focused on you. Okay, and Vayne Ashtail, his voice is echoing through the gas mask. Okay, and he says, "I have something to show you." Basically, what happens with Fimbor, or the last thing you see Fimbor, is that you are dragged into a room. Okay, and they open the door, and they basically reveal a massive amalgamation of flesh, hands, and feet, almost colossal sized. Basically, it's you see human bodies, dwarf bodies, elf bodies, all amalgamated into this abomination. And you see basically on each outline of a body, you see this almost as if it's fused with a warp fire, this green fire. And at the top of it, in the most in the biggest or the most prominent crown jewel, you see a female dwarf.
Oh no, you didn't.
And that's the last thing you see before you are turned into one of it.
Wait, hold on. A female dwarf in the body, in the
a female dwarf. Female dwarf. Basically, it's the crown jewel of this hell pit abomination.
That's Scully's wife.
Oh my god.
Scully's wife.
Okay. And that's the last moments you see Fimbor is before you are added to the pile of abomination.
Okay. Hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
As Fimbor is raging and he's thinking about before he's being sewed up and horrifically and unholily muted into this thing, the last thing he can remember is his brother. But is it his brother? And then basically he remembers another face, Rogar. Before he basically fades.
Yeah. So basically, a few memories from Aemar actually seeps into this body, but then eventually it's silenced as warp fire consumes your body, adding your flesh to the amalgamation. That's the last of Fimbor. Otto, as your heart almost reaches your neck, the sacrifice of Fimbor giving you the last moments, give you the last chance to escape. And you start descend. And you finally reach the Warp Lab prison.
Zach, this is how you die.
Alright. I'm gonna quickly run and I found him.
Okay.
I found some Scally.
Okay. Once you go to Scally and you give him the tools. Scally, what you see before you is probably nearly like it's absolutely insane how much gold he got you worth of engineering. It's nearly like 2,000 gold worth of engineering.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
This
shit.
is the highest quality. This is the highest quality engineering materials ever. Okay.
Okay, I didn't expect it to be 2,000.
And basically you see it in the back, and you see Otto's face, and he saw pure, utter horror. Otto, while you were going downstairs, and you're going downstairs and downstairs and downstairs, you hear the sounds of, "They took my stuff! Find them!" And you hear the sounds, and in the distance, actually, while you're running, you see Vectic running on the opposite direction, away from you, away from Vane, and he says, and he's clutching a massive warpstone crystal in his hands. "I am the most cunning of deceivers." And basically, he's running away with the warpstone crystal as a strange reward, and you hear the word "traitor, traitors." And basically you start hearing sounds of hundreds of Skaven rushing out, trying to find the traitor, or you, or both.
Holy
And
shit.
Vectic starts to run away.
I quickly run over to him and say, "Your brother, I'm sorry, he couldn't make it." Yeah, just tell him that.
Yeah.
He grabs the bars like firmly and he couldn't believe it at first, and then he looks Otto dead in the eye to like discern if he's telling the truth or like if he's trying to like deceive him.
Yeah.
He died for our cause.
After hearing that, Kazan remembers his Finbar's face and the last time he saw him, just moments ago. He falls into his knees, looking at the ground, saying, "Say this isn't so."
It happened.
He's in denial.
He distracted them so I could get our materials. He just wanted to save you at the end.
While this is happening, you hear the sounds of scraping, and you hear the sounds of steps going towards you, your prison.
Okay, him.
Scally, you know this. This is in character for Scally. Nobody else knows this. Okay. Originally, your plan was that the golem had space for one person, but because of the various tools that the 2,000 gold worth that Otto managed to get you, you can add 2 more slots.
Oh, yeah, you have to make me choose.
So there's 3 slots other than there's 2 slots other than the engineer himself.
My Zach.
You know this, okay? you know this. Nobody else knows this just yet. Otto gives you all the tools that you managed to gather, and you start opening. You guys all see this, right? You see Scally open like 25 different hiding spots inside his cell. He brings out an arm that he finished a long time ago. He brings out a leg. Brings out a head, and finally he brings it all together, and he uses basically the last ignition key. It's basically a fork he stole from like years ago. And you use the fork, and you start to turn on this golem. But it's gonna take a while until it gets on, and like it becomes active.
Finally, can I get to do something?
Wait, give me 1 second.
No, I can't pass me now.
Let me explain. You all hear the sounds of hundreds of warriors coming towards you, and you put together that the assassins have been slain, and they are now coming for you. But the golem needs more startup time.
Can I quickly unlock? What's his character's name again?
Can you put that character again?
Which character?
The other character.
Ah.
Besides, I remember his name, dude.
Yeah, it's just in the corner.
Raymar.
I'm very sorry. Yeah, I can finally control him.
You can control him now. Okay, nice.
I'm gonna quickly run over and look the boss.
It was on now. It was working now. Fine.
Oh, okay, actually, I thought you had full control. Okay,
And I'm gonna quickly say, they're coming for us. Let's start barricading, and I want to like pick up whatever I can find and like start barricading.
okay. You grab this large metal bar, like for a cell that fell a long time ago, and you place it against the door.
Everyone's helping.
I start helping him and shit and placing barricades and stuff.
Okay, so you both stay at the door, blocking it, holding your legs against the way against this door, and suddenly you start hearing sounds of smashing against the metal door, and pushing against you, but you're holding strong.
Oh fuck! All right, never mind.
Can I help them or I have to stay with the goal?
You have to stay with the thing to see any final adjustments.
Already on the door.
They're at the door, yes.
Yeah, I'd be like, wait, because I wanted to change my action.
Okay, sure.
Could I like?
What is it?
Could I get this thing and like basically shove it down this hole?
It's not a hole. It's a descending stair.
Ooh, never mind then. All right, never mind. All right.
I'd be like,
Yeah, what's up?
Kazran, while he's like kneeling on his hands on the floor, like tears coming out,
Yeah.
he collects himself and like is filled with rage, okay?
Yeah.
And then he just goes for any like weapon he can get and he shouts, Ashton! He gets up and he helps the others.
Okay. So you grab a makeshift poking stick for the torture, and you run towards the door, and you guys hear, and you guys are giving a lot of ignition time for the golem, and it's ready. But something happens before that. Suddenly, the sounds of the the hitting against the barricade that you did stop completely. They stop. Okay, and you hear them skittering away. We run, we flee, and they run. And then you hear, Spine Twister, fetch them for me. And
Is that what I think it is?
Can you talk normally when you're talking as like Steven or something? We can basically just imagine that as something like that.
okay,
Actually,
yeah,
can you
okay.
turn on no suppression, medic?
Okay, sure.
I think it just won't record it.
Okay. It just says, what you hear is, Spine Twister, fetch them for me.
Okay.
And suddenly, you hear this poof as the barricade you had flies open. And a massive rat ogre pushes against the barricade. Poof, poof. And you see this. This is the same roiling bands of muscle that brought you guys here in the first place. And you hear a scream.
Raymond wants to do something.
What do you want to do?
Raymond wants to get the chain that he had and like jump on his neck and start choking him out and telling the rest of them to like run away.
Okay, roll. I'll give you advantage on this. Roll d20 plus 2 for strength.
Okay.
Actually, plus 3 because you're a fighter.
That's the first D20.
Natural 2.
Oh. That's the second D20.
18.
Let's go!
Okay, so 20. It's gonna have to beat his check.
21.
21. Oh!
Oh no! I think has disadvantage surprise, AC.
He's not surprised. You jump, Rymar, you jump at him with the chain, and you have a pretty good grip. But the absolute strength of this red ogre, he basically goes in. Actually, also really fast agility. Goes in with his tail, grabs your leg, pulls it, and then grabs your chest from your thorax, and starts.
Can you use action surge?
You don't have action surge, and it's literally starts crushing your ribs in its really ferocious strength. You hear as wait, man. You hear the sounds of like a handful of ribs cracked open, cutting into your lungs.
So I use second one.
Fine, roll initiative. Actually, I didn't want to make it combat, but also made it combat.
Oh my! What are you doing? Leave me like this, brother.
Okay.
I deal with him.
Let's see if you guys roll initiative like this. Okay. Otto, you see this first. You see the rat ogre capture Rymar, and it's crushing him, and it's like extremely venomous and like massive bundles of arms.
Reimer's saying run away.
I'm gonna quickly run and I'm gonna attempt to like pick a gate and like lock us, barricade us from the thing, and like close the door at least.
Yeah, but that probably won't help you against this thing. Let's be honest.
I mean, I'm gonna try anyways.
Okay, yeah. You lock the door for you, on you.
I don't lock it completely, but I just keep it shut, like
Okay.
closing it,
All right. Okay, that's your turn. Kazran, your turn.
Run away! Run away! Don't let your brother die in vain! Go!
Filled with rage, he's blind to what Raymar is hearing.
No, I scream, your brother's death is gonna be in vain! Go, run now!
Raymar's empty. Are you kidding me?
You will shame your brother and the ancestors if you die here! Do not shame your brother! Go!
I'll come back for my vengeance.
Yeah, I said it's
Another
true.
time.
He cleared a grudge. And yeah.
Okay. So you run towards Scully, and Scully, just in time, you see the terrified faces of Otto and Kazran, and they come to you looking for your engineering skill, like help us. And just as they come, you put the fork in, and you twist it, and it comes alive, and the golem's on.
In the moment of inspiration, Raymar, he wants to, like, his life mission right now is to save these people, because he's he's a middle-aged dwarf, sees these youngins, he wants to save them. He's an honorable man.
Yeah.
He is a jokester, but an honorable one.
Yeah.
And then he goes in a moment of inspiration, tries to choke him out with advantage.
Okay, wait, go ahead and roll again. Okay, it's gonna roll on a opposed strength. It's gonna roll on a opposed strength check.
With advantage?
13. You go with your like meaty dwarven hands against his throat, but you can't encapsulate it because it's so fucking thick. So you only reach like this.
My strength check is more than his.
14. Oh yeah, 14. Yeah. Okay, so you grasp the throat of the rat ogre, and you pull it with you, and it smashes against the wall. This gives you guys just enough time to hop into the keg golem. Okay.
All right.
And as soon as you fire it up, Scally, it malfunctions.
No!
It fails. And in your rage, you slam it with your fist, and it works again. And this rickety malfunctioning golem is your only hope for survival. It stands up, and as you get in, you start to move it with the knives and forks and cups that's inside the control mechanism, and you start crushing the outer wall. And the wall crumbles, and what you see before you. You see basically you see again the same sight that you saw before. You see massive spires of stone, like towers, but you see directly under you, a sheer drop, like hundreds and hundreds of feet below, and you see a fast flowing river under you. But that's the only way to escape. Are you gonna jump in?
Yes, with all my
Okay,
friends.
so with the controls, you push it forward, and the keg golem jumps out from the hole on the wall, and falls hundreds and hundreds of feet. It's the drop would have killed anybody. But the golem was reinforced expertly, and it slams into one jettison of rock, and it starts putting in many holes in your keg golem. But eventually, you fall into a river, and you start flowing downriver, away from Skaven blights.
Adminic, here's something I wanna do. It's stupid, but I wanna do it.
Okay.
Okay. now I'm choking this guy with like a chain, like he's my fucking horse. You get what I mean? I wanna with the improvised dagger that he gave me in the cell. I wanna like blind him and then put sort of guide him into that wall, which he doesn't see, that hole, and use him as my own goal. And drop him over.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You want to live so badly.
Oh no!
Okay.
I think, can I have an advantage of his grapple?
You don't have the grappler feat.
Yeah, but like, let's say for the sake of brevity, that I like. I do.
Okay, fine. You get it. You roll.
Let's go.
Roll.
Brevity.
Even worse.
Hey, wait. I'm doing 8 plus how much though?
Plus your strength, plus proficiency.
Which is so like plus 5.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be enough. Play. If you go in and you start to steer it. You were close, play. And you steer the rat ogre against inside the cells, but eventually grabs you and brings you forward, and sort of like Bane and Batman, cracks your back.
Oh, fuck. Before he does that, I want to say something. The fucking rock.
Okay. Just as that happens, it cracks your spine and your muscle control has stopped and you can't spin. Basically, yeah, your spinal cord is cracked. And then once it sees your body sort of like your body's sort of like a V now, okay? And it starts clawing into your belly and starts eating you.
Wow.
And that's the last that was seen from Reimer. Anyway.
Oh my god, I was dying.
Legendary.
What's this character's name?
Reimer.
This guy's my next main character, whatever. Holy shit.
Okay. As you guys slowly descend through the river with the keg golem sort of bouncing like a buoyancy, only keeping you alive, and you guys sort of plug the holes that were made with anything you have, with your clothes, with your butt, anything. And eventually everything fades into darkness. Scally, your vision is thrust into a dark abyss, as if your eyes were pulled from within their sockets. You feel cold, and you feel eyes piercing your back as if they were knives. 3 silhouetted figures stand opposed to you in this strange, like, completely dark, completely black room, and it's almost like if you're walking in water. You hear the sounds of echoing water. 3 silhouetted figures stand opposed to you. You feel something's wrong. Originally, you had full control of your rune golem body, but now you feel as if your own power is being shared, almost parasitically. A malicious cancer ever growing in the shadows of your consciousness. Their control over the body growing. You feel it. The figure in the middle stepped forward. It has been a long time since your individual consciousness was independent, and this middle figure now dominates. Back to the guys and the cup and the cat. You guys wake up.
Wait, as if it was a dream?
Wait, let me explain. Okay.
I sort of get the accent as Zoltan. I'm like, what?
Okay.
What was the Arabic?
والله العظيم ما افهم ايش فيه what? I feel like I died twice. What's going on?
Okay.
You killed me twice.
I loved it. You all awake in your beds.
Nice criticism, dude.
In the same rooms that you were in. You remember the nightmare that you just experienced. Amar,
Yes.
Magma Forge is not in the room.
I'm out of here, dude.
Okay, it's just that Ainmar, what was it, it's just Fimbor, but he's thinking he's trying to understand, and he feels like it's just that he's lost for a second, but like he wakes up and he looks around him in the room. Is it empty?
It's empty, yeah. Only you and the child. Only on.
أنا خالد المنصوري.
طيب.
Wait, do I learn another language now?
No, you don't. You lose all connections with us.
You're forgetting it. You're forgetting it really fast.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
no.
Okay, Ainmar runs out the room and he basically calls out for the rest.
Okay, all you guys after waking from this
Then do the same. Assemble.
from this terrifying nightmare, you hear Ainmar calling for you.
We go.
And
Okay.
we go, yeah.
Okay. You guys assemble, and you guys assemble into Ainmar's room, and you see him holding the child, Leon, and you see Magmaforge is not in their room.
And Ainmar shouts and just and the Magma Forge is and the Scally isn't here. Help me find him.
Where'd he go? Yeah, okay. Can I look for tracks or
Okay.
something?
Roll a perception check with me for me with advantage. Actually, I'll let Logan roll for it because Logan's here.
Hell yeah.
Perception.
Wait, Logan wasn't in the dream.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, help me.
Yeah, but we tell him, yeah.
25.
Like, yeah.
25. Okay. Logan starts following tracks. Okay, and he says, he left. Follow me. And Logan leads the pack. As you all go out.
Yeah.
Bringing us back to a familiar spot.
Can you direct my character, Abdullah? Because I'm still not here.
Why is it taking so long to load?
Well, do I reload? Fine, I'm reloading. Does it have sun yet, this town? Like,
Did it what?
sunlight? Does it have sunlight now? Is it normal? A normal town now?
Nope. Did you guys see the map?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
As you all go out following Logan, eventually you find Magmaforge standing in the same town center, amongst the corrupted ground. He's moving strangely. Almost the movements are not like how you see him before. You know how like there's a gate for each person,
Yeah.
and you can tell a person from his gate. This is not Scully, as you remember.
This is not Scallies or not Magma
This is not Magmaforge, as you remember. This is not the same gate as Magmaforge.
Yeah.
Ainmar goes up to Magma Forge and he says, "What's wrong?"
Okay. Once, Scully, you're not there, by the way. You say what's wrong, and the golem's back is towards you, and the golem grabs a large piece of stone from the fallen buildings, and starts carving runes onto it. I want an Arcana check from Rorik and Ainmar.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, Rorik. You start to see the runes, okay? And you've only seen these runes once before in your life. These are some of the most these are master runes of Valea. These are practically in mechanical terms, these are like around level 7 to level 9 spells.
Holy shit.
Okay?
Damn.
And you start seeing this golem carve these runes onto this large piece of stone. And then a beautifully old and matron voice of a female voice echoes outwards from the golem. It says, "By the will of Valea, my children will be safe. Karak Vlag shall never fall to you, chaos worshippers." And finally, the golem smashes the stone with a hammer and chisel, and suddenly it breaks into the perfect face of Valea. All the excess rock falling around it, forming perfect curvatures and architecture. Accompanying this is a deafening blast from the center of town that sends all of you into a warm relaxation. The corrupted plants wilt and die. The soil freshens as the lands are becoming untainted with the fell touch of Zench once more. And you see actually green buds come out from the corrupted soil. The golem then shuts down ominously, just as the storm of magic around you fades. And we'll call it a session. That's it. That's for today's session.
I feel like it's still far too early.
I'm trying to aim for 3 hours to 4 hours.
But it's very early عشان fuck man I canceled so much plans today.
It's nearly 11 o'clock. Near 11 p.m.
It's 9:49 here, yeah.
Okay, so that was a session. Other villagers report strange nightmares that occur to them in the middle of the nights.
Wait, do you remember anything?
Yeah, you guys do remember. Yeah.
Oh, so it stays though, so it doesn't fade.
You guys don't remember the skills of the individuals, but you remember the of your person individual, but you remember the experience as if you were watching, but not actually like moving. You know what I mean?
So I died twice.
So yeah, that's it.
Holy shit. Wait, I'm kind of confused though. Does that mean Magriforge is transforming into Scout? Because when they came,
What is this fucking short ass
Can I roll a check and try to understand like what's going on with the Magriforge?
It's gonna be very hard to see. But yeah, sure.
What check is it?
Arcana.
Bro.
oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Actually, I'll give you advantage if Animar's helping you.
Okay,
Lord Ainmar?
I'm giving you advantage.
Okay, roll again. Ah! Okay, unfortunately, you cannot find exactly what this means. It's definitely intriguing, and this needs the hands of an expert runesmith to digest or to analyze.
Let me out, dude. What is this session, bro? More now. Keep going. Everyone is here.
No, that's it. That's for today.
Automatic. You
Yeah,
said
what's
like the hero's experience is what happened in that dream, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying Zach experienced the torture? Zoltan experienced
Yes,
the torture?
he did. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
He has new scars?
Basically, I experienced paralyzation and a rat eating through my stomach.
Yup.
Nice. At least I was badass. In both cases.
Hey, that guy was more Zoltan than Zoltan, dude.
Dude, that's really insulting, dude.
You're ruining my roleplay, dude. You beardless fuck.
Yo, that's too far.
Yeah,
Wait,
you fucking
Zoltan
me up.
saying that to Halleck?
Beardless fuck.
Zoltan says that to Halleck.
Yes.
Okay, no, session's over. You guys can't
Roll
talk. You
initiative.
can't
No,
Session's over. Shut the fuck up.
no, ready. No, it's not. Look, Meg, take me to the arena.
Oops,
The arena, ready.
End task Chrome.
No, the session's over. This is not the session, alright?
Oh, sheesh.
I don't know what you're on about. I already.
I'm gonna stop the recording now.